Nathan, you ready?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be working on League if not this, so yeah, I have nothing to do.
You're working on League right now.
Yeah, that's true. That's right.
This is the greatest work that League of Legends has ever created because, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Beyond the Rift episode number 585, starring the one and only, your host with the most, Mr. I'm a Cutie Pie. Thank you everybody for joining me today. Joining me, my co-host, Skara. Skara, give him an intro.
Welcome, I'm the guy who failed to submit questions 2 weeks in a row. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, I'm really excited to have our guest today. It's a writer that plays Yasuo. He's the only one I can find in the entire company. So, welcome, round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the most famous one, I should say.
He's the most famous Rioter. Do you agree with that? Agree or disagree?
I would say I'm the most famous Rioter, hard stuck 1,000 games mid-plat who's a Yasuo main. Yeah, for sure.
Are you the highest ranked Rioter at Platinum?
God, no. You know that's not true, Keaty. Come on.
Wait,
so let's see.
Who's the highest ranked?
Right now I think it's either Robert X. Lee or Weekend. If we're talking non-playtest team...
Oh, non-playtest team.
Yeah, non-playtest team, it's probably someone on live gameplay. It's probably the live balance team. I know, surprisingly, they're not all silver. It's actually all diamond-ish. I think Sicko Scott is in Masters right now.
Wow, Sicko Scott is... That name's familiar. That was the... He didn't play Bullybird, did he? What was he a main of? I know he plays jungle, right? Does he not?
Yeah, he's a jungler main.
Scar, back me up here.
He plays high AP junglers.
Yeah, I remember that name. You don't remember that name, Scar?
I always confuse them with the other person. Because there's Sicko Scott, and then there's two names that are really, really close to each other. I always mess it up. But I do remember him.
No, you don't. Shut the fuck up. Give him an intro, though, Riot Blaustoise. Who are you? What do the people need to know about you?
Alright, yeah, so I'm Nathan Blau, Riot Blaustoise. I'm the gameplay insights lead for League of Legends. We are really bad at explaining what that is, so I'm going to say what it is. At Riot, we have this thing called insights, which is a mixture of like data science, analytics, market research, user experience research, and strategy. And it's like all of those things combined is insights. You take your insights, you put it on a product, on a game. Here I am from League of Legends.
Holy shit. You're the whole fucking deal. You're the whole package, basically.
Yeah, I do it all, baby.
What the fuck?
Honestly, I suck at half those things.
Hey, don't let people hear you saying that, because they'll use any excuse. He admitted he sucks. Fire him. What the fuck is Riot thinking?
Dude, if we listened to players about firing our employees, I feel like certainly T would you guys go after him all the time.
I don't think Riot Games would be a company anymore if they went after everyone that fucking Reddit asked to fire. So
you guys asked to fire all of it. Like all that would be left is Riot's art team and the sound music department. That's it. Everyone else would just be fucking Knicks. Like we'd just do art and sound. We wouldn't have games.
Let's start off then. Question number 1: would that be a better Riot Games if everyone was fired but the sound and art team?
Hell yeah. Yes.
Alright, I can respect that.
That's perfection.
I want to say though, your sound and art department are actually insane. Like, really cool. Like, I used to play with one of the people who I think works on your sound department, Preco, and he was my earliest teammate. Literally, the first possible tournament I ever competed in 6 years ago. He was on my teammate for that tournament.
Wait, really?
It just turns out
was it the New Egg tournament?
Yeah, it was a New Egg WAN Fest online.
Holy shit!
Tournament. He was one of my teammates then, and then he just ended up being incredibly talented and now works at Riot.
Dude, yeah, I joke when I say that, but they are a team where it's like, dude, watching them work on splash art, this is insane. Like, you see they do these sketches for splash arts where they'll have a couple thumbnails, 4 different thumbnails for a splash art. and like we'll give feedback. We'll be like, oh hey, like yeah, like this is the one that's looking good. Like the next day they have like a full version with like most of the color already in for, and you're like, okay, like I don't know. I feel like I could teach, like I don't know, even Cutie how to do my job, whereas like I couldn't teach you guys how to do.
I'll just say, like, when the art department, when the art department puts out art, like they put out the new Akali, I was like, damn, they did it again. They put out that KDA Kaisa, I was like, damn, they did it again. It's literally, those guys over there, they're literally printing money. Like, they just put this shit out. Guess Riot's making $1 billion this year, dude. Guess they're doing it again.
Yeah, but that's how I see it, man. It's actually insane.
Yeah, the KDA stuff, holy.
Yeah, that's basically like the money press right there. Oh shit, we need more money? Make a new fucking skin then.
Why do you guys think I'm not at Riot right now? I'm at my house, dude. I'm off work like the next like 4 months because of KDA, right? Like that's why I'm here. So that's why I gotta keep with you guys.
Hey, that's good to hear, but before we get into the actual topics that Scar has hand-created himself, we're gonna say download Discord. Discord, wonderful program. Everyone loves to use it. Your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, everyone's using Discord. Get Discord. Links down below. We got a question and answer segment at the end of the show. If you got questions, we got answers. Go and join our Discord channel and feel free to ask questions. Link down below. But
I love Discord.
You love Discord? See,
there we go.
He loves Discord.
Do you know what I do? So Tyler has one of the channels in his Discord is like a rap battle channel, and sometimes I'm at work, I'll just go into that channel and they just play like a beat, and then a bunch of people are just rapping, like freestyle rapping. I'll go in there and just listen to it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you'll go in there and start freestyling yourself. You ever freestyle a little bit?
Holy, I will. I'm gonna start doing it. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna start going into the rap battle.
I would like that. I want to see some of that. The next, we're talking about the sound department. I want Riot Blaustoise mixtape being dropped from Riot Games.
On SoundCloud, boys. Shit's popping off.
Yeah, that'll be fucking. I'll be on the lookout for that. Scar, get to the real questions though.
All right. I would say you're one of the most vocal writers online, famous for beating Tyler 1 in a 1v1 and the gameplay insights lead at Riot Games. What exactly do you do? What do you do in your job, dude?
Yeah. So what I was talking about with insights earlier is our insights department for Riot essentially manages different forms of data, right? So sometimes that's like what players do in the game, like their behavior, what champions they pick, what the win rates of those champions are, what items they're buying. And that's a lot of stuff related to gameplay, but it's also, what positions are people queuing up for? What game modes are they playing? That's a lot of the player behavior sort of data. There's also like sentiment data. When we spam you guys with those surveys, we actually read those.
We do?
Oh yeah. Well, okay. I'll be honest. We go through free response stuff a good amount. Like we have like ways of like parsing through the text. We're largely looking at like the scores and people rate like, hey, like what's the most frustrating thing in League of Legends right now? We have like a stack ranking of like what's the most frustrating things, and those are ways for us to like prioritize what we want to work on. So that's something that Insights does. Is basically gather like what people like, dislike about the game.
I got an important question though. I want to know. I get those surveys. I actually take the time to fill them out. I don't know why, because honestly, I feel like it doesn't make any difference what I put. But I'll say, do you guys actually read the comments on there? You yes. Don't read that shit, right?
Not everyone, but yeah. I'll say this. A lot of times we'll put it in like a word cloud, right, to get the general sentiment. There's some other stuff you can do, which is like you can like code certain comments as like, oh, this comment is about this comment is about, it's like, oh, this comment is about toxicity in the game. Like, oh, this comment is about champion balance. And then you can run like text analysis, which will go through the rest. And after you've done like a sample, it'll go through the rest and tag them accordingly. But I think sometimes the best way to get through it is like, yeah, like if it's North American stuff or if it's like from NA or EU West where it's English, I'll read through some of it. Man, do I get some fucking funny ones.
Yeah,
though.
do people actually put meaningful comment? Because whenever I write my comment, I just write dumb shit all the time. Does anyone
I write like sarcastic shit?
Yeah,
like,
does anyone actually put like, this is my heartfelt letter to Riot Games. This is my last chance to get through to you guys. I really feel the direction of the game. I absolutely can't. Does anyone put that kind of shit, or is it just like, fuck you, Riot?
No, it's totally a mix of stuff. So sometimes I get really serious comments. Sometimes it's stuff like, hey, Riot, we share some of these. The ones that I love is like, you sometimes get comments where people are like, hey, like, League of Legends is a really big deal to me. Like, this is like my social community. This is like what I do. It's like my passion. It's my hobby. I love you guys. You fuck up sometimes, but I love you. And like, hey, that stuff feels good. Other times, yeah, I get people who just spam, fuck you, Riot, fuck you. By the way, I swear to God, the only reason why I ever wanted Tyler 1 unbanned was so that people would stop fucking spamming free Tyler 1 in the free response text. Because if I ever did a word cloud in North America of like free response, Tyler was always a word that showed up because people would just spam free Tyler 1, free Tyler, like over and over.
Really?
One of the best ones though, and I forgot, it wasn't even like, what champion was it? I want to say it was like Ornn, or like, it wasn't even like, oh no, I think it was Rakan. Some dude like wrote an amazing like kind of fanfic, like he went really graphic and in depth into how he kind of like, I guess like pleasured himself to like Rakan, but it was really well written, and I read the whole thing, and he wrote like paragraphs of it, and it was really good. Like, dude was a talented writer, so
Well, did you really like get into it though? Because it sounds like this was like blowing your mind. Like, can you share a little? Like, what was the fanfic about?
I just remember reading it and being I don't know where I can try and pull it up. It's presumably I can go and find it again.
Was it graphic though? Like, what was the fanfic in nature? Was it like some more visceral? Like,
it was like this dude imagining himself on the Rift with Rakan. It was like, but it was really well written.
Like, so it was just like, I love playing with Rakan. He's my friend. Here's Rakan now. That kind of shit. It wasn't like a
just made some guy's day. That some guy actually sat down there and read like his entire novel worth of fanfic.
I already told Scar, like, I don't want to get into what I'm gonna call CLM territory. That's career limiting territory. So I don't want to go into the details of it, but it was like listen, like sometimes people want to like troll me in the comments, and they'll write something like your mom big gay, and I'm like, cool, thanks for your input, dude. But other times they're like really good, clever, and creative trolling. Oh, when I first joined Riot, someone did the whole like someone like smooth criminaled me. Have you ever seen that? Where they write something really serious, and then like it spells out the letter of each sentence spells out like smooth criminal or some shit like that. And at the very end they're like, yeah, like I felt just like the first letters of everything that I just wrote, and I was like, what? And I like went and read it. It was smooth criminal. I was like, you like, I read all of it.
Wait, so is shit like that why you just throw it all in the data processor now? You're just like, you've been scarred by these people. You're just like, fuck reading your dumbass messages.
I mean, like, I don't know. If I ever got tired of like reading what players write to us, or like just generally listening to players, I wouldn't go on Reddit. I wouldn't Twitter and stuff. Like, hey, you know, like, you take the good with the bad, man. Joking aside, I actually genuinely do like free response and stuff. I'm like, it sucks because I'm trying to learn to speak Chinese, but
hey, speak a little Chinese for us.
What was that?
Speak a little Chinese.
Let's see. 我是快乐风男. That means I am called Happy Windman. And Happy Windman in China is Yasuo.
What
they call
the
Yasuo
fuck?
Happy Windman.
You
Yeah.
learn.
Are you sure that's Chinese?
Yeah. I mean, my Chinese sucks because I have no tones. I have no tones on it.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Wait, what was it? Why she Kualing?
So Yasuo in China is 快乐风男, which is happy windman.
快乐风男.
快乐
Quila Fungna. Quila Fungna. Alright, I'm gonna use that one next time I get a Chinese Yasuo in my game who just fucking ping spams 24/7, refuses to communicate with anyone. Quila Fungna. Scar, let's go to the next question. Oh, you can add something to that.
I was just gonna say, you guys know they call, like, their nicknames for the champions are amazing. You guys know they call Braum, Shield Daddy, and Corky is called, like, it's just airplane. Fucking airplane.
Dude, those are some creative people. I like that. Scar, give me the next question.
Okay. You tweet all the time about regional champion statistics and internal data. What's one of the interesting statistics off the top of your head that's especially unique?
I have a couple. Okay, also, I have to do this. So, because we wanted to come up with some really fun ones for you guys. So, shout out to the Gameplay Insights squad, which is my boys, Riot Nova Asterix and Riot Bonobo, aka Steph Daddy, as we call him. Great guys. They're two really talented analysts. They pulled some really cool stuff. So one of the first ones, which will cover your Chinese Yasuos, Cutie Pie, is that, dude, China does not hate Yasuo. So this is your statistic. Like, Yasuo, in terms of being fair to play against, ranks at like 24 in China, which is like he's like pretty fair. They think he's pretty fair to play against. 24 out of 140. In North America, he ranks at 136. Y'all hate Yasuo. It's so bad.
Yeah, it's because North Americans are brain dead. Prove me wrong. I want someone to argue this. Prove me wrong on that shit.
Wait. I actually don't care about playing against Yasuo, but everyone in my house hates Yasuo with a passion. Like, literally. Like Lily, Pokey, both. Like, Lily bans Yasuo every game.
Dude, that's because Lily. Well, first of all, don't Lily and Pokey play like Lux? Like, yeah, that shit. Like that.
Why do you assume Lily and Pokey play Lux?
Because I literally just saw Pokey playing Lux.
Wait. Actually, does the Insights lead have a statistic for us about Lux?
A statistic about Lux? I don't know. I don't fucking care about Lux. I had better ones for.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah. Oh, here's one about Lux. I believe here's a fun fact about Lux. Despite being
terrible,
Brandon Rise Beck, he doesn't play Rise, and being Mark Tryndamere Merrill, he doesn't play Tryndamere. Both of them are Lux mains.
Yeah, that sounds right. I 100% believe. You said really? You know who plays Lux? Degenerate. Brain dead monkeys. Give me a statistic on that.
Wait.
Give me a...
Froggen plays Lux.
Yeah, brain dead.
Froggen's cool, though.
Hey.
No, come on, Froggen's cool.
Alright, he's cool.
Brain dead, Froggen, cool.
Yeah.
Dude, Mark Merrill's Lux got absolutely destroyed by my Yasuo in a playtest once, and then we played him in the internal Riot tournament, and they banned my Yasuo. Dude, Mark couldn't handle.
Wait, give me. I want to know a statistic.
Career limiting move.
Ah, fuck yeah, probably.
Hey, give me the statistic.
Hey, I love Mark, dude. He's great.
What's IQ correlation and champion? What lowest IQ and champion played? You guys must have the data on that.
No, but I could probably make some up around that. Ooh, here's a good one though. Speaking of like low, speaking of low IQ champion, so Draven, we have good Draven statistic. In Korea, Draven is like, I mean, again, it depends what queues you're looking at and depends over how much time. So this is an approximate ranking, but he was at a time like the 24th most popular champion in Korea. And at that same time, he was 122 in China. It's just like insane regional difference. Because I think a lot of people, especially a lot of people in the West, will think like, oh, like, you know, it's Eastern countries, and they don't realize like how big of the differences those are. What's really interesting is Korea, in a lot of ways, is closer in their sort of behaviors for like play rates of champions to North America than they are to China. Like China tends to be the sort of most like odd one out.
So you're saying the gap is closing between?
No, I'm saying the gap is increasing between China and the rest of the world. Quote me on that, dude. China's going to become the best, dude. They're winning worlds this year.
Wait, why didn't you say NA is going to become the best? You can take it back.
What's the next question?
Hey, one more thing though on the stats. What is the most frustrating champion according to China? Do you have what that is?
Oh, according to China, not off the top of my head. I think what got ranked lowest this year was Fizz. I think it's Fizz.
Wow, really? Holy shit.
Fizz.
Dude, okay, so here's the characters that people find frustrating to play against are always high mobility. They're either assassins, skirmishers, or juggernauts. So it's like it's Fizz, it's Zed, LeBlanc, Katarina, and then with skirmishers it's Yasuo, Aurelia, Riven, and then with juggernauts it's like Alawi.
Wait,
Darius,
that's actually ridiculous. Wait, I guess do they never rank like where's Jinx? Is no one like fuck this AD's just fucking shitting on me? No, where's Jinx? Where's like
Dude,
Tristana?
the ADCs are the ones who are too busy complaining about the other champions.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Amen to that.
Wait, is Sion up on that list? I feel like I'm more frustrated with him sometimes than I am with like assassins. It's like this guy does not die.
No, people don't play tanks. Like the play rate of tanks is so low that people don't. God, there was a Reddit thread recently about this where they're like, oh, like these certainly T champions are the most banned. It's Akali, Darius, and Yasuo. Mm-hmm. And part of the reason for that is because they're also the most fun champions. And because they're fun, everyone wants to play them. Because everyone wants to play them, they get played a bunch. And so you just see them in all your games. If you saw Malzahar, Zillion, Lissandra in as many of your games as you saw Darius, Yasuo, and Akali, you would quit League of Legends because like that shit would tilt you off the face of the planet. Like if Malzahar was played as much as Yasuo, like League would be a horrible thing.
Well, to be fair, I feel like Malzahar, does he not get played a lot? I play against that champion a whole fucking lot. I can tell you.
He doesn't get played that much.
He doesn't really?
No.
No, I see all the people who play mid and like even and like they play like LeBlanc way more than they play Malzahar.
Yeah, I mean, there's like we'll get into this with the balance stuff later, but like, yeah.
Right.
Dude, I fundamentally think like everyone who complains about those champions, I get it. They're really frustrating, and I think you can have your cake and eat it too. The characters I like to think of that hit this are like the August Browning characters. So that's
Jin.
This is the dude who designed Jin and Jinx, and those are characters like no one hates Jinx. Like they don't really hate Jin either.
I hate Jinx if she's on my team.
Yeah, that's fair. But like
counterpoint.
But a lot of those characters, like I don't know. There's a lot of characters in our game that tend to be like everyone really loves playing them. They're really fun, and they're not nearly as frustrating. But like, yeah, I don't know what to say. Like the most frustrating champions are also the ones that are the most fun, and the really frustrating champions that I actually think are like the absolute worst to play against. No one really thinks about those because they just never see them. Like you're not playing against Heimerdinger and Alawi every game where you're getting fucking slacked by tentacles and turreted down all the time. Like
you think Alawi's one of the like? I don't give a fuck about Alawi. I guess if she gets a good matchup, she's fucking annoying. But like half the time, no one picks good matchups for her. Like
wait. As someone who like just plays Alawi at nonstop top lane, loses a lot on her. I think that a lot of like you have to be like really high rated to like learn to just run away from the ulti. Like it sounds crazy, but I've played in one game out of probably the last 50 where when I ulti, the two people next to me walk away. It's always just like I think we can take her, dude. We can definitely go through this ulti, and they both just die, or like one of them dies, you know.
Yeah, I used to spam that champion, and I stopped playing her because it's like no one's gonna sit here. Like I ulti, everyone runs away, and then it's like, oh, I'm dead now.
yeah, but like I would say like that doesn't happen till like you're all the way up into diamond. Like probably like that's a super frustrating champion because they just slam their heads against Allow, and they're just like, I don't understand. She's like a brick wall.
Yeah, and here's the thing on that is there's like a degree of like how practiced are people even against some of these champions? Like, I'm pretty sure if you're a League player and you've played enough games where you're like maybe at gold, like dude, you have probably weathered the storm of playing against fucking Yasuo's and Zeds and Lee Sin's, right? Like you know what those characters do at that point. But like, I was thinking about this, like if I played against an Aurelion Sol, like I played 1,000 games of League this year. I think I played against one Aurelion Sol. I don't know what the fuck to do against that champion, right? Like, but meanwhile, that Aurelion Sol player, so when I play against him, I'm playing Yasuo. That Aurelion Sol player has played against like God knows how many Yasuos. He knows that matchup. I'm going to play against Aurelion Sol and not know what the fuck to do. And so there's actually a couple characters who I think get this like a little bit of an inflated win rate because no one knows how the fuck to play against them. That's like a Nivea, Zillion, Aurelion Sol. I'm speaking about mid laners, but I'm sure it's the same for everyone.
That's an interesting point you bring up. Do you think that there are too many champions in League? Because I've always thought about it. It's like, man, I feel bad for someone that's like learning League or wants to start off with League. The amount of shit you have to learn, and realistically, you're not going to learn half of it because there's just so many matchups that you can do. I don't know how many matchup possibilities there are in League, but there's probably like millions. So it's just like to learn everything would just be like, Jesus, dude. What do you think of that?
I think there's a lot. Here's what I would say. I'd say from our perspective where we are now in our lives is, you guys being actually high elo, me being a hard stuck plat player. I think if we take our idea of playing League and why we play League and we frame it on like becoming a new player and like learning the game, it would seem like a lot. But I was actually kind of recently newish to League. I started, I think, in like season 5, and I actually remember I didn't care about matchups. I didn't care about like team comps or anything. I just wanted to fucking play a character and just have some fun. And honestly, one of the big draws of League, I remember this like pretty distinctly, was like I would go into a match and there'd be all these new champions, and I would like, while the game was loading up on my other monitor, I'd be like Google searching like, what the fuck does Syndra do, right? And I'd like learn, this kid, that's go. By the way, for the longest time I thought Syndra and Lissandra were the same champion. Didn't know they were different. But yeah, like I remember like every time I was like getting into a game, it was so exciting and cool and new to like learn about these champions and learn how they play. And like sometimes in the game, like they'd like do something fucking nutty to me. I mean, I like, oh my god, what was that? And like, if anything, it was less of like a fuck, I can't play this game. I don't know what this shit's doing. It was more of like I want to like go and learn what that was. That's actually like weirdly how I became a dirty Yasuo player, was because one time I was in a game. It was like my first month at Riot, I think. I was like a couple months into Riot. I used to be just a Bard one trick. I only played Bard. I was like a happy-go-lucky support player. And like, I remember I played against this Yasuo and he was doing his fucking E-dashing everywhere. I was like, that's so cool. I didn't even know you could do that. And I like asked my coworker next time, I was like, who is that champion? He's like, that's Yasuo. And I was like, hell yeah. I made a Smurf and I learned Yasuo and I never went back. So
good shit,
yeah.
Dude. Well, I
could understand how it is like it is a burden. So it's like, I think we need better systems of onboarding new players, and I think the new player experience stuff. I actually was recently playing through the tutorial a little bit just to check it out, and I was like, wow, it's like way better than when I first learned League, and it like introduces you to kind of like the champion types a little bit better. The other thing is, even if there's so many champions, a lot of them kind of do similar things.
So the entire AD carry role?
Yeah.
Entire AD carry role. In fact, I think that's why you get a little bit of frustration with characters like Zoe, some of the other like new ones, because like as we've had so many characters, like we tend to like Zoe or like Pyke tend to like push the envelope because they're adding something new to the champion roster.
Dude, I actually love that. I think that like we should be going for more unique kits.
Hell yeah.
I like it when new champions have new abilities, you know.
Hey, I love unique champions, unique abilities, but let me say, I like counterplay too. Just throwing that one out there.
On this topic, I have to say, even with 100, how many champions are in the game? 128?
I think it's like 130, right?
141, actually.
141. Even with that many champions, there are still times when I go into game, it's like when you open the fridge, you're looking for something to like take out, right? It's like I'm doing that. Like I'm looking at the champions, and I'm just like, I can't find one I want to play. A lot of times it's like that. People ask, what are you playing this game, Scar? I just look and I'm like, I guess
Really?
I'm just a big talent.
Dude,
And like, yeah, like a lot of times I'm just like, I don't really know what I'm playing today, you know?
Yeah,
And so, like,
I think that's
for me,
half the fun.
Yeah. For me, I'm just like, sure, keep adding new champions. I don't care. We can go up to 200, man. I don't think I'd have a problem with that, but that's just me personally.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about having a bunch of champions. I just feel like, I guess from a new player's perspective, I forgot what it's like to be a new player, and now that you bring it up, yeah, when I was like new, I didn't give a shit about being competitive. Half the fun was like, wow, this is new and different. What the fuck? I guess after I got to like a certain point and I wanted to be competitive, that's when it's like, Jesus, I gotta learn all these fucking matchups. Kill me now. But
yeah, dude, that was when I like started to like learn matchups. That's when like League like wasn't about just like honestly, I think a lot of people come into the game just looking like they're like, oh, I really like Jinx, I really like Bard, I just want to go play this character, have some fun, and then it's like eventually League like transitions from I do this for fun to like this is a hobby, this is like something I compete at and try to improve at, and like now it's like I get into a game and I'm like pulling up like, you know, laning matchups of, you know, Yasuo versus, you know, this shitty fucking champion that's gonna like just destroy me top lane, like I don't know, like Renekton, and I'm like, cool, I just buy cloth 4 and sit on my turret, got it. But like, yeah, now I like am actually invested in like learning all those matchups and trying to like improve. But yeah, when you're first playing, I think you're just kind of like trying to get in there and have fun.
all right, Skyra, go to the next question.
Okay. Worlds is full on blast and the meta is somewhat stabilized throughout the months leading up to it. What's an ideal Worlds meta look like, especially when it comes to champion diversity?
Kai'Sa every game.
This World's meta.
Wait, really?
Hell yeah, no. I mean, like this. I'll say this. I think this World's meta is really. I actually really think it's good. I think there are 3 things to a World's meta. Like, there's a couple more, but like I'll go through a couple things to a World's meta. Number 1 is like just the really broad what is going on with the meta. So like here, an example one where I'm like, that's kind of oof is like lane swap meta. Like that shit was not fun. That was like just the general structure of how a game played out was not fun or interesting from like a viewer's perspective. The current meta in that respect, like how games are being played out, I think is pretty good. So then you get into 2 other things. One of them is like champion diversity, and then what are the actual champions being picked. So this is gonna be a little contentious, but I don't know if this is not Riot's full on perspective. We have different varied opinions at Riot. This is my personal one.
Okay.
But I think it's good to have like at least a like floor, a base floor of the number of like champion diversity. Like you need like at least some number of champions being played. And then after that, it's not really as important if like so many more champions are getting played. It's more about like what kinds of champions are being played and like what are they doing for the game. So a lot of people are going to point out like, what about Urgot and Aatrox? Sure, like we're seeing them a lot. Their presence super high. But I'll at least say this, like, dude, those fights are fun. Like, if nothing else, those fights are fun to watch. So I would rather. So I'm saying this like, if let's say you have 2 different worlds and you have 100% pick ban top laners. One team gets one team gets the other. And there's a world's meta where you have Aatrox versus Urgot every single game, and a world's meta where you have Maokai versus Mundo every single game. I like this one more, and I think this one's a better experience.
Dude, watch it. I don't know why, but I just imagine that matchup and just watching Aatrox turn on his W with like 5 or not Aatrox, fucking Urgot W, 5 move speed, just like barely moving around. It just reminds me of 2 tanks fighting each other. It's just, I hate that goddamn matchup so much. I mean, Scar, I
was just going to quickly say, obviously we don't want champions to always be picked ban, and I'm actually hoping Urgot falls off goes on, right? Like, that's what I'm hoping.
What do you think of AD diversity? Because this is always what I've wondered from Riot, is like, it feels like AD diversity, it's always, there's 3 champions that are viable. Like, in solo queue, the picks are so different. Like, people are always like, why do you pick Lucian every game? Because he's fucking stupid. Well, why don't they play him at Worlds? Because he's fucking useless as fucking a coordinated setting. It's like, at Worlds, I don't know what's picked, but I think it's like Kai'Sa, Xayah, and some other bullshit, like Tristana maybe, or I don't know what the third one is.
Heimerdinger.
Do you think that kind of bot lane, like, it's just, cause I'll be honest, ADs are all the fucking same, dude. Like, it doesn't matter. It's just which one uses the items the best. Like, which one uses the current set of items that are meta the best. Do you think that's fine for bot lane, or do you think that, you know, if we had 20 bot laners that are getting played right now, that'd be awesome?
Two things. So, first is, I think we tried to move towards it. So one of the things you could think about is there's the position, there's like bot lane carry, and then there's the class of champions being played, which is marks. The problem is like, well, if you have like 3 or 4 marksmen that are viable, but marksmen are the only things being played there, then you're only getting those things. Look at mid lane. Mid lane has honestly like 3 or 4 mages, but it also has 3 or 4 skirmishers and a couple of assassins, and even some tanks. So mid lane, because it has so many different classes, just gets more diversity. And then, I don't know, it'd be like crazy, right? If like Riot tried to get like non-marksmen in the bot lane, right? Like there's no way that would go over poorly with our players.
Hey,
or anything,
I'm actually curious. Wait, now that you bring this up, I've been really wondering, how did that go at Riot, like that thing? Because I remember that patch came out. I like tried it out. I was like, you know what? I mean, this was definitely not the take that I thought they'd go with, but I mean, Riot Games, they know what they're doing. And then as it like progressed, I was just like, this patch, like, I don't even fucking know what I'm playing on anymore. How did the like general player base feel about it? Did it feel like, when you looked at the word bank analytics or word cloud, you'd see "fuck you Riot" at the top or some shit like that? Like, what was the general consensus?
Dude, we had some salty marksman players. I can even tell you that, like, yeah, like the people queuing for the bot lane role went down. But there was a lot of positive with it too. Like a lot of people were like genuinely like, yo, this like totally changes up League. This like opens up a whole new style of game where there isn't a marksman. I'm playing matches in the bot lane that I never could do. Honestly, earlier this year, before we even did that stuff, me and another Riot researcher actually used to play Yasuo Ornn bot lane, and that shit was so much fun just to like do something different. So I think it was really mixed. If I was to like, I'm going to like fully level and this is not necessarily Riot's perspective, but yeah, the player sentiment regarding all of it was really mixed. Some people loved it, some people hate it. Let me get your take on this. What if this season we had just been really focusing mostly on tuning the new rune system, getting that in shape? If the mid-season changes, if we had done just like a lot less for mid-season, maybe only done like the Scuttle Crab changes, which by the way, people freaked out about, but now people are doing like red Krugs instead of red Scuttle. I think the Scuttle Crab changes in hindsight were not nearly as drastic as people thought at the time, but Sky, roast me on that in a second. Let me finish. But maybe here's the thing. What if for mid-season we had only done Scuttle? And that was all we were like sort of focused on, or only had done a couple of changes, and like generally the rest of the year was getting things in order. And then for this preseason, what if we'd been like, yo, we're doing a big patch which is going to shake up. We're going to try and make it so you can play different champion classes in different places. Maybe some more marksmen are able to be played in the jungle or are able to be played elsewhere. And you can play mages in the bot lane, skirmishers in the bot lane. Here's the thing. I think if we had done it during preseason, that does a couple things. Number one, it's not in the middle of pro play where like Reckless is benching himself. We have to watch double-list Vlad. Like, I don't think we have to deal with that. Yeah, so we don't have to deal with all the pro play implications because it's during the off season. Number two, people have their ranks. The like, one trick, Draven players, one trick, Vayne, and other ADC players don't have to worry about losing their rank. It's in the off season. And then there's also just like the expectation that during preseason things are a little bit crazier and Riot's communicating and trying to tune things up. I think if we had actually done all of those changes as one coherent patch and shipped it as a preseason patch, we could have it would have gone over a lot better.
Let me tell you this way. I fully encourage like non-AD bot laners. Like I think that it makes the game just inherently better to play because my version of a perfect game is that you have a lot of flexibility in what you're in diversity in what you're able to play in other roles. And so what happens is if you're bringing like CC or even tanks the AD role, I can play non-CC oriented mid laners a lot more comfortably because the setup for me exists, and as well as different damage sources. Like for instance, there's periods of time where I just can't play Zed because like Rumble's not meta, Eve Elise isn't meta, and bot lane is forced to go AD. Like I just can't play those champions. But like in the other meta, I played Talon every game, or I played Zed every other game because everyone's picking Swain or Heimerdinger or Vlad. It was a lot enjoyable, like really, really enjoyable for me. But it just sucks that like, you know, AD spent 5 years or plus of their life playing one role, and then that like when you nuke the ability to play like those types of champions in that one role, they can't move to other roles, right? You can't have an AD mid laner or like you can have Lucian, and then AD top laner. I guess if you're Huni, you can play Vayne or Void, and then that's pretty much it, right? Like
a Quinn, but she's more of she plays more like an assassin than like a marks.
I'm curious then. What was Riot's like feeling about the patch? I think it was patch 8.11 where they did all the like AD change. Did they think it'd be like this is kind of a small change, let's just put it out in the middle of the season, whatever, dude? Or was it more like, this is gonna fucking like revolutionize the game, we should do this preseason, but we don't got time for this bullshit, just fucking put it out?
I think something in between the two. I don't think we thought it was gonna be nothing. But I think the actual reaction, how immediately people like just dropped, and again, it was largely the perception of it. That's the key thing. The most played class when ADCs were dead was still Marksman. Marksman still had the majority of plays in bot lane. But it was the perception, and like how that came about. Yeah, again, I really feel like if we had done it at a different time of the year. And the other thing was honestly, like, I think we want to communicate it. Like, we probably need to communicate changes like that if they're going to be big. We want to, we got to communicate that stuff earlier. I think we also, we split the patches up because of Clash too. And then we had the whole fiasco with Clash. So like, you know, that was rough, right?
Yeah.
So, but it was one of those things where it's like, hey, we want to split this up. We don't want to take away from like all the hype going in with Clash. That was going to be the big thing for midseason. So we're going to just split these things up. If I was to like, if I could go back in time and do it all over again, I would say, hey, let's do something lighter for midseason. Let's take all that juicy bot lane fiesta for midseason. Let's put it in preseason and let's communicate it more. That's what I would have done. And hey, learning lesson. Here we are, you know?
Yeah, I can respect. I mean, because again, I don't mind if like, I didn't personally hate mages being bot lane. It was just like the way that it went about being done was just, it just felt like such a brute force thing. I was just like, I was like it's like someone just hit me with like a fucking bat. What the fuck? Where am I, dude? Why are these guys playing this shit here? Like it kind of, yeah. I think maybe if it got communicated better, I probably wouldn't have been in like such shock. Cause like, I'll be honest, I played it. I was like, this is great, dude. But I think that was like the shock of it initially being in me. And I was like, yeah, I'm loving this shit, dude. This shit's awesome. But once that wore out, I was like, oh god. No.
You're honestly like, you want that real, you guys want that inside shit from Riot? You want me to
yeah, give it to me.
Yo, low key, we saw the fucking power that was being assembled by like you and Tyler One. This is two marksman gods in North America, and we're like, we can't let this go on. We specifically were like, no, we're taking these boys out. Like that's why we did it.
I've said it time and time again. Like I was popping the fuck out. I know that Riot Games. Now tell me right now, do you guys have like someone whose job is solely to watch a streamer and been like, this guy's winning too much, hit the lever, and put him in just the most god-awful matchmake game? Because I'll be honest, I'll get into some games, it's like, I'll get into a game, it'll dodge. I'll get into a game, it's a bunch of great players I know, it'll dodge again. It'll dodge 5 times in a row until I'm like, who the fuck am I with? Let's op.gg this shit. Everyone's like D5, and I'm just like, no, they did it again to me. Tell me.
Yeah, Yeah, we did, dude. Someday I'll expose Riot for its corruption, dude. Someday, Cutie, you're gonna queue up. You'll have like Masters, Challenger, Elo, and you're just gonna get me. As your fucking mid
I know I will.
I'm gonna insta lock that
Dude.
Yasuo, and you're gonna get that. What am I at? Hold on, let's see. You're gonna get. It's plat. I'm plat 3. How many is it? This is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get that plat 3. 51% win rate Yasuo out of 253 Yasuo games.
Hey, that's positive at least. I'll take it, man. Cause some of the people.
Mo right there.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Dude, I'll say, I'm like 100% convinced. Now we're going into conspiracy theory territory. Cause that other shit I said is 100% right. But like, I'm convinced that when they did the like dynamic queue or whatever bullshit it was, that like everything took an hour long and you'd get matched with like gold players, that was Riot testing their like streamer fuck you method. And then they like got rid of it, but they actually kept it because that was like the whole purpose of the test. You don't have to tell me. Like, I can see in your eyes. I know now. Scar, go to the next question.
All right. And one more thing. Oh God, what was it? Oh yeah, the one thing I have always wanted to do that I could target is like I always wanted to, you know, the little surveys that we talked about, the surveys that pop up at the end of the game. I'm pretty sure I could like send them to your account specifically, and I always just wanted to like mess with.
Wait, has
like,
that actually happened before?
Yeah, no, it hasn't happened. But I was like,
wait, I've had certain games where it's like I like the most frustrating.
Yes, I've had those.
The server comes up and it's like, how well did you enjoy this game? Where you just got ass blasted, but it couldn't end for 50 minutes.
Dude,
I've
had those exact questions. I'll have someone feed they're intentionally feeding in my game the whole fucking time. They're just feeding their ass up. 0-20 at the end. I'm like trying to, guys, we can win this. Don't forfeit. I'm gonna win. I get caught out once. Everyone flames the shit out of me. Cutie, you stupid fuck, you threw the game. This guy's feeding 0-20. The end of it, did you enjoy this game survey? And it's just like, I swear to God, some of the times there's someone manually sending this shit. Cause I only get those surveys after, like, do you get those? Did you enjoy these game surveys when you like win a game, Scar?
No, it's only during those games where like I just get like destroyed. And it's like, I like that game. No.
That's negativity bias. You guys, like, listen, you only remember the one. You say you got ass blasted, and then Riot asks you like, "Oh, like, how are you feeling about League of Legends today?" And you're like, "Fuck you, Riot!" Like, but all the times where you win a game and you get that survey, you probably won a game, and you got a survey, and you're like, "Fuck that, I don't want to do. I'm gonna go."
Well, I mean, if you watch my stream, I don't really win much, so I mean, to be too biased toward the other direction.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I remember. Like, I've probably gotten ones where I won games, but they don't feel as eventful because it's just like, yeah, whatever. Right? It's the ones that I lose, and it feels like Riot spitting in my face that I'm just like, I like hold the grudge with me. That shit pisses me off, but I love it because it's Riot games. So, Scar, go to the next question.
Alright, Riot recently nerfed Graves by 3 AD last patch. In the current meta, before it switches to the preseason, what are the champions you think should be turned down before the season ends?
Okay, I have several things on this. I need to call, especially like the like armchair balance people and stuff like this. I know that's a joke about 3 AD, but I'm gonna say this. That's 3 AD off of his base AD. All of his abilities scale with AD. That's like from the very start, anything he does from the start of the game to the rest of the game is impacted by that 3 AD, which is off of base AD, which ends up being like, he has like 60 some odd base AD, so it's actually about 5% of his base AD nerfed. The actual like impact of that was around like 1.7%. Like that's like a pretty solid nerf.
I actually know the exact numbers for how much it affected his win rate.
What do you have?
Wait, can I say it?
Yeah. Wait, do you know?
Okay. Yes, I was told today, just because, you know, someone who, because I memed it, he actually told me, that he lost about 3% win rate off that nerf. And I was like, I was shocked. I was like, are you
There's
serious?
no fucking way. 3%.
Part of that is Dark Harvest. So the actual, I think the most that we're attributing to like the AD is like 1.5-ish, right? So part of it's Dark Harvest. The thing you have to recognize, and we'll cover this real quick, is like, when it's that much, we have to remember, like, his auto attacks have more than a 1.0 AD ratio. Like, that, whenever we affect a base stat, especially when you're talking about Graves, right, that affects his jungle clear, that affects all of his abilities, and it affects every single bit of damage before he even gets items, right? An example of, like, a nerf where people are like, oh my god, that's, like, nutty, is we nerfed Pyke, and I think we're like, oh, we're turning his base alt AD down by 50. And you're like, oh, AD 50, that's a bigger number than Graves AD 3. That must be the bigger number. Like, no, like, you have to remember about, like, the frequency of which it's used and the like, state of the game when it's used. So a really general framework for how impactful buffs can be is, like, is it nerfing their base stats? It's probably really impactful. Is it nerfing an ultimate? Probably not as impactful, because remember, like, you can't use your ultimate until level 6. A lot of games are won or lost before level 6. Not all of them, but some. Right?
That's the damn truth.
Even once you get your ultimate, you're not even using your ultimate that many times in a game. Whereas if, for instance, on an auto attack champion or on any champion that has AD skillings, if you nerf their base AD, everything they do is nerfed then. Auto attacking, pushing waves, taking objectives, everything is nerfed. Another great example of this is we find that when we nerf ultimates, it's way more impactful for, like, pro play or high elo play than for lower level play. So there was the Akali nerf recently, which was like, we nerfed the execute damage, I think, on her R2. That, like, hit her pretty substantially in high elo, barely moved anything in low elo, because a lot of them don't play around the ultimate nearly as much.
That's crazy, actually.
It's also, like, again, another thing around how Riot presents nerfs or buffs is also about how, like, even just numbers are framed. So, I think there was, like, a nerf or a buff to Sion. I forgot which one it was, but it was, like, 1.5 HP per 5. So it was 1.5 versus health regen every 5 seconds.
This patch.
It was a nerf, yeah. So it's, like, 1.5 per 5 seconds. But, like, Surrender at 20, like, reported it as, like, 0.3 health per second. And the way you even frame that makes it seem way less substantial just by how the numbers are framed. It's the same thing as if I said, oh, Graves is nerfed, his base AD is nerfed by 3, versus if I framed it as his base AD is nerfed by 5%. When I say 5%, people are like, wait, like, not only is that a bigger number, but then they actually have the relative framing of how much of his AD is nerfed. Whereas, like, yeah, like, what if you had an ability, an item that was only 10 AD and you nerfed it by 3? That'd be huge. That'd be 30%, right? So a lot of the ways in which you frame buffs or nerfs changes things. Okay, that fucking spiel out of the way. We're gonna nerf Kai'Sa and we're gonna nerf Tank Pyke. Done. Let's go on.
I can't believe, though, that, like, that 3 AD nerf, like, I can't believe it tanked his win rate by 3%. That's just...
I got clarification. Actually, only in high elo. Apparently, Nathan's percentage was much better across the board, much more accurate, like the 1.5%. And that along Dark Harvest actually nerfed his win rate by, like, more than 1%.
I can't believe it nerfed it at 3% for high elo. I swear to God, like, I've played against Graves all today because no one's banning it for some reason. It's just like, he walks up to me, he has Duskblade, Dark Harvest, I'm dead in one hit. It's like the only thing that goes in my head when that happens, 3 AD, he walks up to me, literally pops me for 1,000 damage, and I'm just like, in my head.
But maybe that's because your jungler couldn't take advantage of him earlier due to that nerf, you know? He had the other openings. So maybe you should be blaming your jungler more. I know you
Trust me, I blame my jungler more than enough. I blame them every chance I get. I mean, oh, you can go.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I wonder, like, how much that Graves is gonna change, like, when we release the Graves rework, where you can pick his old gun or his new gun and play the old kit and the new kit.
Don't fucking tease me like that, dude. Oh, if that shit ever happened,
I'm sorry, that's not even that. I'm sorry.
If that ever came out, that would revolutionize that'd revolutionize League of Legends. Like, not just the champion. I would be like, oh my fucking god, like, this is the future. I'm playing it. Like, fuck that dumb shit putting mages bot lane. Picking between,
old Graves back.
Yeah, like, dude, I'm pretty sure if you ask anyone that used to play old Graves, that was just like
They're so much fun.
Yeah, that was the champion. Like, fuck Draven was...
People remember Lucian, right? And they thought Lucian and Graves were the same thing, but like, Graves felt better
Yeah.
to play.
He felt
wasn't the combo you would run like I wasn't playing League at this time. It was like old Graves and Leona, right? Like you'd literally
you'd insta-kill everything.
People.
Yeah, it was disgusting. Leona Qs them, you walk up, Q them, and Q wasn't this dumbass bounce bullshit it has now. Q was like his auto attack, but an ability, so you like actually just insta-kill people with that. So it was just like, he was like Draven before Draven. I think he came out after Draven. I don't actually know, but he was like Draven. He was like a better version of Draven. I remember playing that champion every fucking time I could. He was insane. I miss that shit. Please come out with it again. I'd appreciate that a lot.
So we're nerfing Urgot, Scion, Aatrox, Kai'Sa, right?
We're nerfing Kai'Sa and Tank Pyke.
Actually, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't nerf Scion. I love that champion the way he is.
Yeah, dude, I've literally just been running it down mid. You know, Scion's seeing so much mid lane play.
Yeah, I play
Inting Scion strat. Yeah, strategically minded.
I'm just like, you know what? Whatever. I'm just gonna start playing Scion mid. You know.
Yeah, I play, dude. If I get auto-filled mid, I pick Scion every single time. I just pick it and just ult into the tower.
I feel like you can't do as a mid laner. I'm just like, what do I do here? Like, even if I pick like the highest damage mid laner, if he goes like Cal, it's like, oh,
yeah. Do you guys? So, honest question: do you guys like that as being a thing you can do in the game?
Hell
I
yeah.
personally don't.
I don't. I love, like, I think for me, League's most fun when there's multiple strategies to like go about doing something. I fucking hate when League's so formulaic that it's like, you do this is how you win a game. It's like, this shit's like,
that's fair.
Yeah, when I play top lane as Scion, I'll just do the stupidest fucking shit. Like, people will be like, what the fuck are you doing, cutie? Stop feeding. And it's like, no. And I'll end up winning the game anyways, because it's like, I'm Scion and I can do whatever the fuck I want because he's fucking stupid champion. Like, I just love that shit.
Like, I guess here's. Oh well, yeah, Scar, go ahead.
I would say one of the most interesting times when playing for pro play, when they had to deal with the AD changes, and people were playing Aurelia mid with the best champion in the game. This is before Akali came out. Yeah. Literally every scrim, people were picking Zoe or Aurelia every single game, and Aurelia had the edge. It got so bad that everyone was picking counter picks to Aurelia. So I would just listen in, like I would talk to pro teams, and they'd be like, so we're picking Darius mid every game, or we're picking Renekton mid every game and smashing Aurelia. I'm just like, okay, that sounds interesting. Like, that was like the kind of meta to develop right there. And like, I think just being able to do that is interesting, you know? And people ask me, how do I counter X champion mid lane? Like, how do I counter Zed? It's probably the most popular one. And I'm like, well, you can play these mid laners, or you can play this dumbass tank. Like, this literally you'll never lose.
Yeah. No, I guess here's my thought. While I like I like the emergent playstyles, I like different shit. There's also like, you know, there's gotta be a line drawn, right? Like, there's gotta be some shit where you're like, and I guess here's how I feel about the Inting Science. Like, I play against it, and I'm like, I just don't get to fucking play League of Legends today. Okay. And then sometimes I play with it on my team, I'm like, cool. This guy just fucking fed his ass off, and like, we might win the game. Like, here's the thing, we might win the game because this guy just fucking pushes, and it's like, but cool. Then like the lane opponent that he fed, who's fucking huge, just comes and like dicks me down, like just shits on me, and I'm like, cool. Like, I won League, but I didn't have fun playing it. I bet the Scion player had a lot of fun. If anything, it's like a worse version. It's like, it feels like a worse version of Yasuo, of like what Yasuo does to the game.
When like you play Yasuo, like I have to deal with some random like Yasuo 0-20 against Riven. He comes to the team fight, literally flash W's, and I'm dead because he knows how to do some like Street Fighter combo with his button mashing, and somehow he does 2,000 damage in the opener. And then like you say this other champion can't do what Yasuo does on a daily basis. That's not fair.
Now I think.
Honestly, how about this? I'll admit that is a good way of framing it. It's like, I'm mixed on it now. I'm a little more mixed. And by the way, I actually don't know, like, even Riot's official. I mean, I think our official stance is we don't think it's inting. Like it is, we agree that it is a legitimate strategy to win the game. 100% there. By the way, we got so many accounts started to get flagged as like, oh, this person's inting, and we're like, oh fuck, they're doing strategically minded Scion. But like, so I don't think it's that. There is a question though where it's like, do we really want do we want different strategies, different playstyles for League? Yes. Are all strategies and playstyles good for League? No. Is this? I don't know. Verdict side's pretty recent.
I can agree.
There is a line. There is definitely a line. Cutie, do you remember the support cinch one?
Yeah.
Do you think that was the line?
Oh no, support cinch was trolling. That shit's dumb as fuck. But I'm saying,
I actually do think that was honestly that was pretty far away from inting side.
Yeah, like there's things that make sense. Like inting side, he can obliterate towers and like the champions.
It works.
Yeah, like he's such a lane bully that it's hard to deal with him. Like that's the thing is, when I play side, you don't have to int on him. Like you can just smash your lane opponent and take all of his structures. Like that works. But the thing is like, I can understand where it might be a problem because it's like, well, if he can do that and you can also get away with not even having to play well, you can just fucking run straight into the tower and just beat it down because you have so much pressure. Maybe there might be a problem. Like maybe this might be a little stupid. I can understand.
Maybe that Scion's too strong.
Yeah. Like,
he is.
Yeah, I 100% think he's broken. Like, I only play Scion.
Giving you 1,000 health is probably not balanced in any way, shape, or form.
But like,
I agree.
I think that like new strategies, like the borderline where I draw it is something like Banner of Command. That was an item where I think it was an okay item, but I can understand why they removed it because it felt so goddamn stupid to play against. That it was just like
that was a different strategy, but was like, this shit fucking sucks for League. Get this shit out of my game.
Yeah, I don't think anyone I actually had fun as fuck building it.
I loved it. I played Silent mid every game and rushed it with Orgalia mid. Vel'Koz.
Yeah, it was fun as fuck to play, but I know that the other person, just watching them do their like 40 damage auto attack on a 4,000 health cannon is just like. That guy's not having fun. Like, there's no way he's enjoying it.
The other thing is, I think some of those things were like, oh yeah, it was really fun. It was really like good. It's like, yeah, it was like fun for like a week or two, but then like a month of that being the meta, and you're like, get me like, dude, I promise you guys, like in like a week or two, if we don't touch Scion, you're gonna get these fucking Scions out of my goddamn games. Like, fuck this shit. Unless you're playing.
No, the thing is, that's the thing is like, no one plays Scion because he's a tank. So like, I rarely play against the champion. I'm like.
I think high-low people don't like, that's not even an effective strategy, right? Because let's say someone starts doing that and like my jungler's Eve, that is the fastest Magi's buy. Eve is going to go 20-0. Like actually, and then I'm not going to have fun. Unless that's on my team.
Like I've tried to do the inting strat and I actually just like fed and like 100% if everyone reported me in that game, I deserve to be banned. Like if they banned me for that game, I would have been like, yep, I deserved it. And like,
what do you mean you tried to do the inting strategy? Yeah. I watch your stream. That's like a go-to.
Fair enough. But like, after I did the inting bullshit, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna not int this game. Like, I'm not gonna int anymore. I'm just gonna play like I'm gonna play like a human being Scion. And like, yeah, I don't think you need to int to make that strategy work.
No, like, it's not like the jungle comes to gank you and you just throw your hands up in the air and run toward the tower. It's like you could just not int for I'm like full life on Scion, and my chat will be like, ult into the enemy tower. Cutie, you're getting ganked. Ult into the tower. I'm like this kind of mindset some of the people have with Scion, I'm just like, Jesus, dude. If I'm in like bronze and these people are on my team and they're like, ult into the tower, dude, just do it. It's like, how am I supposed to play this fucking game, dude? I can see where that starts to become a little dangerous though, so TLDR, nerf this fucking champion. I'm serious.
I can agree with that. Scar, let's go to the next one.
Recently, League of Legends started their League Partner Program, otherwise known as LPP, and you're one of the people heading the program. I actually don't know if you're specifically heading it, but you're very much.
I am not heading it at all.
So I work heading it, but you're like attached, or you're like very visible.
Yeah, I work with I'm one of the dev contacts. I'm just someone who is around to chat with influencers, get ideas from them about like what things would be better for them, what sorts of ideas they have for any sort of specific stuff Riot can do to help support content creators. I'm part of that. The sort of NA lead for it on Twitter, shout out to her, by the way, she does amazing work, is Riot Zephyr. That Zephyr, like the old item, R.I.P.
Yeah, that's Sarah. She reached out to me personally a couple times.
Yeah, Sarah's dope. She's great.
Hey, I got a question on this topic. How come they never added me to it?
You never sent an application.
I sent in an application. I filled out the application day one. I got into a game like a week later, and I had two of these dumbasses on my team. Everyone with a partner program emote, put it up now. And they just spammed it at me the whole game, and it's just like...
Are you really not here?
Hell no.
There's like 100... Maybe you're just not big enough.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I put that email in, and I was like, please respond back to me, and then it's like...
Please respond, right?
Yeah, just please respond. Nothing.
I'm waiting to hear from my contacts what the reason is, but I'm sure we'll get that. So I actually don't know, but I'm sure we'll get it sorted.
Yeah, I just felt. Let me just say, it felt so bad having all those people. I felt like I was getting prosecuted, like bullied or some shit. They were just do your emote, cutie, and then he'd do the emote at me, and it's like, okay.
I'm being told by someone in the program that I'm gonna get in trouble. He might not have put in his information. Maybe he fat fingered his app and submitted it correctly.
Are you sure?
Dude, I submitted it.
Fucking lagged and you fucked up.
I'd say I submitted the thing actually twice. I submitted it
Twice?
I submitted it the first day that I was able to, and then I did it again because I was like, just in case these fuckers don't add me, because like, I'll be honest, there's been so many Riot things that it's like, I want to be a part of this. I submit something, no response. And it's just like, well, so I was like, I'll do it day one and I'll do it the next day. And then I never got anything and I was like, whatever, I'm not going to send it.
But at least you got the MasterCard unboxing sponsorship, right?
What was that?
Never mind. Okay, let's continue on. Nathan,
Oh,
so what do you
yeah, yeah, let's cover. I mean, so the big goal of it, honestly, is like we just want to Riot just wants to invest more in content creation. Whether that's Twitch, whether that's YouTube, whether that's whatever platform you're on, like or whoever you are, we just want to like invest and like help support those people more, cosplayers, etc. And one of the biggest things for the League Partner Program is like we're really just trying to get like global parity. Like we've always been doing stuff to support various content creators, but we never had like one sort of consolidated system, right? We'd have, something different in one region, be different in another country, different in this language, et cetera. And we're like, hey, like, let's try and make a more like sort of cohesive package and let's just try and put more into this and just invest more in content creators, which I'm super down for. I have a story actually about this.
Oh, give me the story.
I'm gonna embarrass Cutie Pie, alright? So
me.
That's easy.
Dude, I don't even know if you remember this.
Yeah, I do.
But, so what you do? I will be surprised if you do. But you'll tell me if you... Alright, so I used to work for PlayStation. I was at Sony PlayStation in the Bay Area. Didn't work for Riot. I was a UX researcher there. I was an intern, actually. I was fresh out of college. And
you went to one of the Riot things, right? And you asked me about joining Riot. I was like, yeah, go for it, dude. And then you met me again and you told me you did it. I remember that shit, dude. Are you kidding me?
Remember?
Dude, let me tell you something. I stream 10 hours a day. My life's not eventful at all. The little things like that, I remember it for fucking ever, man. Come on.
I'm touched.
Yeah,
I'm actually... And the reason why was because the researchers at PlayStation, I was an intern trying to get in with them, they played League of Legends after work. And I was like, oh, I need to get in with them. So I was like going to try and learn League. And I had some friends who were like, oh yeah, you should like learn the ADC role, the marksman role. I was like, oh, like, how can I learn this? Like, yo, watch this guy. I'm a cutie pie. I remember I turned this, I was like, who the fuck is this guy? I started watching your stream. And yeah, I had like asked you, I was like, hey, like, I'm like considering joining Riot. I was at some event. I think it was like TwitchCon. I was like, hey, like I'm considering joining Riot. And then you were like, yeah, dude, fucking do it. I saw you again at the next TwitchCon. I was like, dude, I joined Riot.
Good shit, man. Hey, let me say something though. Would you say that I left a positive like impact on your life then?
Yeah. No, I mean, like, listen, all the joking aside, I love, but like, dude, when we talk about like the league partner program and like Riot wants to do really big stuff here, like we want to fucking crush this. And part of the reason why is like I can literally name through all of my personal experiences for why it's such a good reason to do this, right? Like going through you is how I got a community in league. That was like you had a positive influence on my life, partly because like I'm not saying you're why I'm working at Riot. There's other reasons too, you know. Trying to. But
I'm the major reason why.
Yeah, but you're a reason, dude. You're a reason.
I'm like 51% of the reason, the majority reason.
Dude, like another thing was like at a certain point I was like wanting to learn, Yasuo and get into that champion, and God, it like really pains me to say this, but I started fucking following Mo, watching him fucking streaming and playing Yasuo all the time, and that's like what taught me how to play Yasuo. Like that's how I learned the champion, right? It's like,
so you're just a combination of Cutie, Mo, and Tyler One.
Jesus, the worst parts of the League of Legends community rolled
now. I'm like a shitty, shitty Yasuo player, worse than Mo. I'm not as funny or as chill as Cutie, and I'm just as toxic as Tyler. Like that is who I now.
That's perfect then. That's the perfect combination.
The perfect Rioter.
Yeah. We need more of you out there, man.
Wait, and you're helping with the partner program. This is great. You know us inside and out.
Yeah, and so like we have really cool stuff coming up. We're going to be doing more stuff like the emotes like we did in Odyssey. We're going to be doing skin codes for partners where it's like your viewers, and it's like it's going to be adjusted based on how big your viewership is, right? So if you have a smaller community, right, you'll get a good number of codes. If you have like a really big community, if you're a Scar or you're a Cutie Pie, you'll get a bunch of codes so you can give those away to people.
Cutie, use your emote.
Yeah, Cutie. Hey, by the way, Cutie subs and viewers should be, dude, he's holding out on you guys. Yeah.
Dude, I'm not holding out on anything. They were asking me, Cutie, why don't you give... I was having my own chat turn on me. They were like, everyone's giving out codes. Why are you not giving us out fucking codes? I was like, what the fuck do you want from me, dude? I'm sending fucking emails to Riot, dude. They're like, fuck you, Cutie.
I'm gonna definitely have like a meeting on like, hey, we need to talk to you about, you like flaming Cutie and making nothing. We need to get fucking I can tell.
I just want to say, if I did have a positive influence in your life, please get me in the partner program. That's all I ask for. Just let me give some fucking codes away, some shit.
Cutie, I'm gonna get you in. Don't worry, baby.
Here's
some other stuff, dude. In China, there's this really sweet thing, which is like, it's like the China streamer tab in the client. It's like a really cool thing.
What the fuck?
It's sick. Yeah, it's sick. And we're like, and again, this is like one of those things where we're seeing, and we're like, oh, like this looks like a cool thing. We definitely want to explore this. But yeah, it's like, it's even different platforms. So it's like their version. It's like, I think it's like Pandu TV. There's like a bunch of them. It'd be like if we had like Facebook and like Twitch and like YouTube or like other different platforms. And it's like in the client, you can like interact with it through the client, stuff like that. It's like, that's something that's really cool. We're doing a bunch of stuff. We're planning to do like a bunch of stuff for like All-Stars too. We're like trying to move All-Stars away from like just being pros and making it more like pros and streamers and influencers. That's gonna be hype.
I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Is that a question, Scar, later on, or
wait, which one?
All-Stars.
Just talk about now.
All right, because that was really interesting. When it was first announced, everyone was like, I think I saw Amazing was like tweeting like, fuck you, Riot. All the pros work their hearts out, and you guys just fucking spit on our faces or some shit like that. Like, he was getting fucking heated about that shit. And, like, I'll say, as a content creator, I'm not even sure how I feel about it, because it's really interesting. I think that...
It's really weird.
Yeah, I think it is a good thing to do, but I'm not exactly sure how I feel about, like, what, do you know what Riot's, like, feeling is towards this? Is this something that you feel like the community, because, like, most of the people that are vocal about it are obviously going to be on, like, both ends of the spectrum, so it's either they absolutely hate it, or they're, like, in love with it, and I've saw both of those, but, like, you think the general community is going to be like, hell yeah, streamers and pros going at it? Like, do you know?
I mean, like, that, I guess that's the thing is I'm like, I feel like a lot of the people who engage deeply in League, you have people who, like, engage a bunch with esports and with esports content. You also have people who engage a bunch with, like, with streamers and with content creators. And I also think there's a huge overlap in between.
Yeah,
so,
there
like,
definitely is.
Yeah, like,
and like, I think it can definitely be, like, a fun thing. And I also don't think it's necessarily going to be, like, one-to-one pros and influencers, right? Like, I don't think it's and like,
I think it's like 3-2.
Yeah, right. It's like
for me.
I think it's maybe it is like that we're trying to have our cake and eat it too. But, like, I mean, for me, I think it's like a cool thing. And, like, I'm gonna, like, step back and I'm gonna be like, this isn't me as a Riot employee. This is, like, actually me as someone who watches pro play a bunch and who follows a bunch of streams and watches a bunch of streams. Like, I would be genuinely hyped to see, like, fucking pro players and, like, and big streamers going at it and stuff like that. And, like, I'm pretty sure we're doing, like, pro-specific events. We're going to be doing, like, we're still keeping it primarily pro-player focused with, like, a little splash of some of the like, streamers and big-time, like, League influencers coming in for some of the events. So,
yeah,
I think it's a little bit weird for people because it's like, you can usually see streamers at events here and there. Like, if you go to TwitchCon, if you go to, like, PAX, a lot of streamers will be there minus QD, who never leaves his house. And so you'll be able to meet, like, your favorite, like, streamers, like, more commonly than you're going to be able to meet your pro players if you're not going to, like, LA, I guess. And, like, this has always been, like, kind of a pro thing. Like, and then them transitioning from a pro thing to, like, kind of a not serious thing. The biggest problem is All-Stars has been messed up ever since the serious one. So they split into, like, MSI and All-Stars. And All-Stars has never felt like an All-Star event. Like, it's not a fun event. It's not like a Fortnite Pro-Am. It's always been serious. And so, like, to some degree, right? Like, I think that Riot hasn't done a good job of being able to make it very fun. Because, like, they didn't have modes like Nexus Blitz, for instance. Or, like, they like, some of the programming would be good. Like, maybe 40% would be fun. And then the rest of it would be, like, in my opinion, really bad.
But I still think we're trying to do, like, we're still trying to do things like and have it be pro player, like, focused, right? Like, we're doing more regions, right? Like, I think we're doing, like, 14 regions this year instead of the 8 that it was last year, right? And I think it's inspired by things kind of like how, like, Major League Baseball does All-Stars, right? And we want it to be something where it's like, hey, we actually put on a lot of esports. Like, Riot does a lot of esports events over the years. And sure, there's other, like, non-Riot things that are influencer stuff, like PAX, there's TwitchCon, there's all sorts of, like, non-Riot influencer, streamer, YouTuber stuff that goes on. I think this is one where we're like, we want this to be kind of more fun. We want this one to still be pro player focused, right? It's All-Stars, right? But have a little bit of a splash of letting some people in. And maybe it's hey, this is a learning lesson where it's like, we just need to get, like, the ratio right.
Yeah, like,
I think it's going to be, like, a learning lesson. It's definitely going to be interesting.
I think, like, if I was just some random person who loved League of Legends, I'd be like, this is kind of cool, but I don't know. I'm just kind of hesitant to see because, again, with All-Stars, I agree with Scar. It's never really had an identity, so I'm not really sure what to expect from it.
The only question I have to ask, Cutie, if you get that invite, do you say yes?
Hell yeah.
Where are you going?
It's invite by, like, voting, so I'm gonna beg the fuck out of my, like, chat to vote for me.
I'm actually done for it. I think they're only allowing probably, like, 2 in a content creators. There's no way.
Yeah, I think it's voting and, like, Riot picks or some shit like that. I'm not sure. I think it's like a mix of the two. I didn't really read that much into it. I just read the comments.
So
I actually don't think.
Don't think what?
I'm being told the streamers who are coming is not done through voting.
Oh, it's not?
Yeah.
That
I don't have too much more information.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't read it. Like, whenever I see a thread about, like, something Riot does, don't read any of this
like,
shit.
I don't read this shit.
No, I go scroll all the way down to the comments that are hidden, and I read those. Those are the only things worth reading, dude.
I hate you so
That's the truth right there. Let me tell you, if you ever go on Reddit, there's news. Skip all the bullshit. Because, you know, the first person that gets upvoted, it's like, I love what they're doing with this shit, blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up, dude. Go to controversial, scroll all the way down. That's the good stuff right
Wow.
there.
Hey, can I turn, so all stars aside, looking at the league, league partner program in general, I want to turn the question to you guys. How do you guys, like, you know, without saying, like, you know, too much, I'm curious, how do you guys feel about us doing this?
I think it's fucking great. I've been, like, begging Riot to, like, do anything. Like, I remember someone from Riot was, like, asking me about, like, content bullshit, and I was just like, I remember telling them, like, dude, do anything, man. Like, content creator, you guys have lost so many great content creators because they just felt like they weren't being supported. And, like, maybe it might have been in part because they're, like, whiny bitches or some shit. Because, I mean, it's not like I'm expecting Riot Games to, like, plaster my face all over the client. I'm a cutie pie. Like,
they gave you a billboard. Are you
yeah,
serious?
they gave me a billboard. Yeah,
in LA, dude.
Yeah, that's why I'll say, like, that shit, that was fucking awesome. It was amazing. Like, I can't believe Riot did that. And I'm, like, really grateful that they did because it was fucking cool as fuck. But, like, it's not something that I expect from them. Like, I just want them to make a good game, and then I create content off of it. Like,
hey, listen, but what we want to, I am serious. So I'm like, again, the biggest is we want to invest in the content creators. We want to do, like, much more here. And we're like, this is a project and a team that is not, like, I'm not the one working on, but, like, when every single time I've talked to them and heard about them, I'm like, fuck yes, we're finally doing this. So
yeah, I think that it's definitely been a lot more impactful for people who aren't me. So like when there's like a private. Can I talk about the Discord? Is that
yeah?
I've already talked about it. I don't care. There's like a private Discord for everyone there, and like
wait,
I'll commonly
wait. You guys have a Discord too?
Oh shit, Scar! Why'd you tell?
Wait, are you talking? There's a league partner program private Discord.
Okay, and like during this
wait, you just can't skip it over.
I can because you're not a part of it. Why do you care?
My connection's getting pretty bad right now, guys. I might have to balance this.
It's okay. I'm sure when you grow, you'll get in there someday. It's not a big deal, dude.
This is some bullshit, dude. Go on with your fucking point.
But like we usually like when I lurk here and there, like I'll see like a lot of people either like in the comms talking like on almost every day, like every night, every other night, or I'll see people reaching out, especially in the collab channel to like work with stuff. And so like, especially this is especially been helpful for the people around the like the 100 to 500 viewer, 100 to 1,000 viewer mark, because like, especially when they're at that size, they finding ways to work with other people to kind of grow their brand before they get like kind of consolidated, like me and Cutie is like, it's really hard to do that in like a safe space kind of situation. So I think it's been really helpful for a lot of people, and I just like looking at the interaction. So
and I think
me, I'm social. I'm like people watching, but it's like Discord watching.
Yeah. and like here's the thing. I think from our perspective, we're like that's the crew that we wanted to. I mean, like we're still working on this. It's programmed super early. That's the crew we wanted to target first, like and like really focus there. But it's like, as we're doing more with this, like we definitely want to do more with people with like super with like the way larger communities, right? Like Scara, like Cutie Pie, we want to do bigger stuff with you guys too. And yeah, I think hitting at the like you said, the 100 to like 500 range, like those. I'm in the channel, dude. It's like so hyped to see how like active what's going on. So let's stop talking about this with Cutie. He's gonna get upset.
I know what it feels like now to be like outside looking in through the window. I'm just watching everyone having like a Merry Christmas. They're all partying and it's just snowing on me. Like, let me in, come on. I know how it feels now, so don't sweat it, man.
But I will say though, I'm more excited for the stuff that potentially heard it coming up that I can't talk about. And so, like, at the moment, like, the League Partner program for me is kind of the building blocks for what I expected to be bigger in the future. And it's just that, I think it's a lot more helpful for people who are looking to grow. And it's not like I'm not looking to grow, right? But it's a lot more helpful for these smaller streamers at the moment until some of Riot's plans get developed.
I mean,
No, but I'm really excited for the stuff we have coming up, and yeah, I'm like, this is like of things Riot's doing. This is like one. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like, dude, Riot does a lot of shit where I'm just like, why the fuck do we do that? I like actually like, dude, I'm in a level with you guys. This is like, I joked about the whole like, yo, we try to sabotage QD's ranked games and stuff. I'll be honest, Riot does stuff where I'm like, fuck do we do this? This is dumb. But man, there's some stuff where I see it and like, I hear about the projects that we're doing. I already see the work being done. I'm like, fuck yeah. This is the shit that gets me hyped. And man, like, we have some stuff coming up that I'm like the one that I couldn't talk about was, dude, the KDA shit. Like, I wanted to leak those skins so bad because they're so fucking good. Oh.
I like that. I wanted to leak these things so bad. That's what I like to hear from a Rioter, dude. Those skins, those skins are fucking sick. Yeah,
they're printing money.
Yeah, it's actually ridiculous. Like, when I see some of the skin lines, like the fucking Dark Void or whatever the fuck they're called, it's just like, these skins suck. But that KDA skin, I don't even like K-pop, but it's like, damn, I'm gonna buy this fucking skin. Like the Lucian skin too, that shit was sick as fuck. Like,
the cowboy skin?
Yeah, Cowboy Lucian, that one was nutty. Like the other ones, like Cowboy Ergot, that shit sucked. But Cowboy Lucian, that was a good
Lucian player I saw for the next. It's still, even now plays that skin.
I still only see it, yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, that skin's nutty. I mean, he didn't have any good skins before. His other skin options were like...
I guess that's true.
What? He had Project.
Yeah, that skin...
Project is like...
That shit didn't feel right. His Qs weren't a solid object. It was like fragmented Project beam things. That don't feel right.
I think for Project, if you're not going like super over the top into a legendary skin, I think that the Project skins always feel like there could be more. Whereas, like, I feel like with the Dark Cowboy skin, like, I got exactly what I expected. But, like, I think of Project Ezreal, which is the initial one, the legendary skin, and I think every skin should be similar in quality. But it doesn't feel that, it isn't that way, right? Yeah. And I think that, like, if you're going that tech, on stuff, it kind of should be.
That's fair. There are some skins that, like, if it's that skin line, it's better to just go all out with the quality, whereas others are like, it's like really good to have a lower quality.
Right, so this is the time where you leak to us the next legendary skin for next year. Which one's coming up?
Hell yeah, dude. Boys, you ready?
Yes.
Yes, it's Draven.
Hey, listen, no. We've seen how much people love Urgot. We saw how much people love We're fucking doing it! I can't leak that shit. I don't want to lose my job. Come on.
Yeah, of course. But if it's an Urgot skin that's legendary next, I'm gonna...
Yeah, if it is actually an Urgot skin, I'm gonna fucking cry. I'll say one more thing back to the partner program, though, is that it makes me happy to hear, like, because I want that partner program to be about, like, bringing up people from, like, because, yeah, when you start off, like, a lot of people will be like, how do you first start off, like, growing your channel? Like, there's a lot of ways to grow your channel, and getting it off the ground's difficult, but I feel like the hardest part for a lot of people is like that next step. Once it's off the ground, how do you like do something with it? So like having that partner program where you can actually like, okay, we got some help from Riot, now we can start doing something here, instead of just like, cause yeah, a lot of people, it's just hard for them to get to that next level once they have like, okay, I'm getting like 50 viewers, I'm getting like 20 viewers, now what do I need to do to start like enticing the people? Dude,
I feel that literally on a personal level, because like this year I'm not trying to like fucking sell out sleep. I'm like really I'm trying to be genuine.
You can do that at the end of this show, dude. Don't worry.
Okay, I'll do it at the end. But yeah, I started streaming this year, and I was like, yeah, like you hit a point where like, okay, you actually have like consistent stuff going on in chat, and then it's like there's like this next step where you're like, oh, I like have to invest in like emotes. I need to work with content creators to like build stuff for my channel. You like want to build a Discord, and it's really cool to like, dude, I've been like working with the community. I got whoever does Hashinshin's emotes, I got her to do mine.
Nice.
Dude, her emotes, cleanest emotes ever, right? And it was like, but it's like really cool to like work and like know that there's like community support for this stuff. I'm like trying to push for the league partner program, and it's like actually like I think it adds a nice like tier between like people who are like an affiliate for Twitch, and then there's like partner, and then like the league partner one is like a little bit below Twitch's. It's like a nice like stepping stone for a lot of streamers.
Yeah, I think having something like that is just, it's really great for like content creators, people that want to start streaming League, that they feel like they have something that has their back, which is the league partner program. So.
All right, but now let's get to the serious topic. What is Cutie getting that no one else is?
Dude, let me say, wait. I can pull up, wait. I can pull up the Skype message. I talked to someone from Riot like a year ago or some bullshit. He asked me.
Sweating.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. I have no idea if they even work there. They were asking me about the partner program. Like, what do you want from this? You know what I told them? I told them I don't want anything from this shit. Invest in people that are a lot lower than me. I told them that shit. I can pull up the logs right now. Like, I think the best kind of partner program, like, I don't need support. Like, I don't give a shit what Riot does. If Riot wants to give me, like, $1 million, great, dude. That's awesome. I'll take it. Like, put that into something actually meaningful, because I don't want this game to die because I like it.
Like me, I'd like $1 million.
Yeah, put it into Scar. He'll 100% invest it into League and not offline TV.
Dude, hey, can I just say this? Oh, what? So first of all, you talked to the head of the program, my boy Risk X. I forgot to say his name. He and I face each other in Rumble all the time, like the Riot tournament. He's dope, love him. So you talk to him, and I'll just say, guys, Cutie Pie, man of the people. Not only does he get people to come and work for Riot, but look at him, looking out for the people.
Dude,
love that shit, Cutie.
That's why I'm saying, and
let me just say this. I was gonna say, for Scar and Cutie, you guys talked about wanting to see some of that new stuff. Yo, come to All Stars, come to Vegas. I'll show you.
Dude, if I can go to All Stars, if I get fucking invited or whatever bullshit I need to do, maybe I need to get in the partner program first to be fucking qualified for it. I don't know. But if I get invited to that shit, I go 100%. I think that'd be fun as fuck. Like, let me say, some of the best content. I hate using the term content creator. It sounds so like,
yeah,
it sounds
fake.
Yeah, it sounds so goddamn stupid. But like, some of the best content that I think my streams ever had is like when Double Lift quit playing pro to play solo queue, and I played against him like every day. People love that shit. People love watching me and him just go toe to toe. It'd be like stupid copy pastas being thrown out at both of us. Just everyone was like in love with it. It was fucking awesome. That's why I think that the All-Stars has potential. It's just going to be a matter of like how they execute it.
Do you know what's gonna happen though? It's gonna be like, because that's the thing. Like Cutie, yeah, you might have got me in. You got me. Dude, I work with Skara now more a little bit, and Skara's in the program. I'm like a little worried. It's just gonna be like me and Skara. Like imagine it's like me and Skara, like fucking shit, like just pictures of us, like in Vegas, him and I hanging out.
If that's how it's gonna be, it is what it is,
man. The shows,
Yeah, dude, just me and Skara just gonna fucking just. We're fucking blowing money over at the.
Dude, if that's what it is,
sponsor strip clubs,
Yeah, like, dude, I'll say.
Come on. Why would you leak that?
Dude, if you go and do that, Scar, go for it. But like seriously, if I don't go to All Stars, it's not like I'll have any ill will towards Riot. I won't be these motherfuckers. I put my fucking life into this game. They won't even invite me to this shit. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, I'd love to go to it. Like, if they invite someone else, I'll be happy as long as it's a good event. Because ultimately, that's all I care about. I want Riot to put out good shit. Because, God, when they put out patch 8.11, that shit, like, having to deal with my chat, why are you playing this shit role? Why do you play this garbage? Because I like it, dude. What do you want me to fucking tell? It's because I like playing this stupid-ass fucking game, dude. Like, as long as they're putting out good shit, I don't give a fuck what they do.
Yeah, I could tell when the community doesn't like it because they come to me and they like kind of toss their own feelings onto me. They're just like, you really hate this game right now, don't you? And I'm just like, no, dude. It's like you would play another game if you could right now, right? And I'm like, I can tell when like the community perception is really bad, and when it's really good, like I think Riot did a really good job with the commercial stuff recently. The stuff like
Dude, those are fire.
Those are super good. The one more, I really like that. You guys are using anime music too, dude. The great ones too. My Hero, No Game, No Life. I like that. That shit's great.
Hey,
And
boy developed
work,
the
man.
Weeb
It's
framework.
good.
I developed the Weeb framework. It's how we market to the Weebs, dude. I know how to fucking get the Weeb market unlocked. That shit. Weebs are all over the world. They got fucking tons of disposable income. We nail that market, dude.
Good shit, dude.
Of course you know, dude. You have Hashinshin's emotes. You know, actually, there's like
Dude, Hashinshin cornered the market with those.
Dude, I know. You know, the one guy who doesn't stream anymore, so Hashinshin actually cornered the market on Weeb emotes. It's actually crazy. So someone was trying to explain to me, like, Hashinshin created like a market strategy where he actually just cornered weebs, and they're just like, they can't go anywhere else. So like, I don't really like Hashinshin, but like for his emotes, I guess I can.
It's like he like listens to like hardcore metal. He's playing like the least weeby champions that are like very Western aesthetic. Like I'm just gonna fucking roll over your face. He's not like the streamers that comes in. He's like Kawaii Desu stream. How's it going? He's like literally you turn on his stream. He's like Riot is the fucking dumbest shit ever. Like why can't I 1v9 with Jax? Oh, fuck Riot. And all these people go and get in for the ways. By the way, I'm talking shit about Shinshin. I love Shinshin. Great dude. The best. Love him.
Wait, you're the worst person. You like all this. Okay, you know what? No, never mind.
Listen, in all honesty, I like some of the controversial. Listen, I love Tyler. I love Dom. I love Shinshin. And you know why? It's like, dude, and just as I love you, Scar, and I love Cutie, because you guys are fucking passionate about the game, right? And sometimes you two less so than the other three. Sometimes those three are assholes, but like, there are assholes, you know?
Yeah, dude.
League of Legends, man.
I'll say like when people, I love people that complain about the game. Like people say Hashinshin, this guy's a fucking idiot. Like I love that shit. Anyone that's willing to go that long about some meaningless shit about League of Legends.
When Hashinshin came on Beyond the Rift and put out a notepad with 18 different points he wanted to talk about, I was like, what the?
Yeah, that blew me away.
Serious.
Yeah, like I love League of Legends. I don't love it that much to write a fucking notepad for every Beyond the Rift. These are all the points I want to talk about League of Legends today. Like, I love the fucking game. I'm not bringing out the notepad. All right, let's go over these points, this AD. I don't give it that much of a shit.
Wait, his just like whatever aside, I'm literally just looking at the emotes. They're actually like so anime. It's insane.
They're so good, and they're like totally unrelated.
It's not even about him. There's just like this random pink girl and this blue-haired girl.
I love his emotes.
Nothing to do with him at all.
Yeah, you got a problem with that? That's his alternate persona.
I think it's and it's like a cool brand for him. I
Hashinshin
love
is
it.
the smartest League of Legends player alive.
He's a really smart dude, actually.
He actually, I'm telling you, this is the business decision that's going to make him $1 million. He's a millionaire off this, guaranteed. Yeah. It's only him and this one other guy that's like competing for weeb stuff, and I'm telling you, the other guy's stock has fallen, and Hashinshin's going to be rising to the top. You know,
hey, not to sell out, but yo, my weeb emotes fucking, they're nice. Anyways, I wanted to summarize on the League Partner Program. Like, I think there was something really good that Cutie said that summarized a lot of this conversation, and it's dawned on me, like how Riot moves forward with League, with other games too. It's Riot does good shit and stops doing dumb shit, and it's like we're there. Like then we're good.
That's $1 billion idea. Put this man as CEO of Riot Games, dude. Give this man a promotion. Mark,
I'm gonna clip that. I'm gonna send it to Daddy Mark. I'm gonna be like, listen to Mr. Pie, listen to Scara.
He's got to fire your ass right there, and then when you show him that clip, he's gonna look at you. He's gonna be like, "Get the fuck out of my office."
I will actually send him that clip, and I'll tell you what is. I will slack that shit to him and see what he says. Right. Done.
Let's go to the last topic before we get to the Discord Q&A. Right. I just want to know what your opinion on this. So, NA has 3 teams competing at Worlds this year. I know you haven't watched a single game, Key. You don't have to say anything. I understand.
Hell yeah.
Nathan told me he's watched a couple. What would you consider to be a successful NA run at Worlds this year? How far would a team or a couple of teams have to go? So for me... Oh yeah, go actually, Nate, you go first. You're the guest. You're the star of the show.
I'm so prepared for this shit.
Okay.
All right, listen. There there are two things in this world. There are winners and losers. Okay?
Okay.
You take second place, you're just fucking king of the losers. That's all you are. You know?
Okay.
So listen, NA's got to fucking win. And here's what I want to see happen. Listen, Team Liquid, if Team Liquid wins, all of a sudden, I get to look at the data of, like, children getting their names, and everyone's going to be naming their kids Peter after double lifts like fucking sick plays. That's what's going to happen. Or you know what? 100 Thieves is going to win. Everyone stops playing stupid fucking assassins and skirmishers. They're like, yeah, I want to be Afromu. I want to be a support. And then we never have people auto-filled support. People start getting auto-filled mid and bot lane because everyone wants to be Afromu because 100 Thieves has won. And Cloud9 wins. All of a sudden we have a lot of really interesting cosplays on Twitter because everyone wants to be sneaky. And that's the fucking dream, boys. That's the NA. No, they're fucking done. RNG is going to win. Good news for NA is if Liquid can get out of groups. That's the only one.
That's it? Okay.
I'm sorry, boys. I'm just.
Can you get out of groups, or one team gets the I'll be happy.
I've watched the games. I've seen stuff. 100 Thieves doesn't get out of groups. Not happening. Cloud9. There's a chance. I don't think they're getting out of groups. We learned basically tonight if Liquid gets out of groups. If they beat EDG, I think they can get out. If not, they're not getting out.
Wait,
I'll say Liquid against KT was not as bad as I thought. I actually didn't think they looked that bad, and I think there was like ways they could have won that game. I'm really curious to see them tonight. I don't think Liquid is completely done. I think Liquid can get out of groups.
There's no deciding games going on yet, right? Like no one's like if they lose right now, they're basically no chance of getting out of groups.
I mean,
nothing's been decided.
Yeah, nothing's been decided.
It's a lot about who's beating who and how are they winning, right? Like, so I can tell you like a couple of things. I'm pretty sure KT is just gonna 6-0 that. I'm pretty sure RNG is gonna 6-0 their group. Like, I think the best teams in the tournament are RNG, KT, and IG in no particular order is like the tier 1 teams. And then I think after that, I think like Fnatic's up there actually. I think Fnatic's looking real good.
Okay.
I mean, like, here's the thing. Even the gap is closing because there's a world that is not crazy to think that we get we get out of groups with only one Korean team and like 2 or 3 Chinese teams, a Vietnam team, 1 or 2 European teams, right? Like, we're definitely going to see more regions than just like, it's not going to be LCK Autumn this year. I really feel that, not only from the performance, but like just how the teams are playing.
So you're saying no NA team except for TL is going to get out?
Correct.
So
and I don't even know if
you would bet me on this, right? Because you're so confident.
I'd bet you on it. That's what I said before Worlds even started. I said I think the only team that'll get out is TL. And my brain says the only team that gets out is TL. My heart says the only team that gets out is C9 because they're the only team that ever gets out. So I'll bet you on it, Skara.
Yeah, Skara, I'll take a bet too.
What do you want to bet me?
You know what? September is past, but you know what? I like gifting subs this month too. You guys want to bet some subs on it?
Yeah, I'll bet some subs. What do you want to bet? How many subs? I'll bet you 50 gifted subs.
I'm not made of money, okay?
I'll bet you 10.
I got those KDA skins in, so like, you know, I'm flush, boys. I'm flush.
10 subs? I think 2 NA teams make it out.
2 NA teams? I'll bet 10 that only one. I'll take that bet too.
I bet that not 2 make it out. Only one.
Only one?
I bet not 2, yeah. Not only one. Because who knows, maybe by some act of God, like, you know, God just comes down from the heavens and just strikes NA's opponents down. If some shit like that happens, you know what, I'll still on my 10 subs, so I'll bet not 2.
Okay, I have to clarify something because I'm already getting meetings and people pinging me. I am not, as a Rioter, I am not to bet on World. So you guys, I'm gonna oversee this bet and make sure it's followed out.
Wait, you're not allowed to. I'm gifting you as an entertainer.
I think his hands are tied,
I'm about to get that fatty. Dude, the KDA skins aren't actually out. Riot for like one more month. Please don't like.
Yeah, I'll bet. Scar, I'll
bet
bet you.
Just our honor. Yeah, you two bet on it.
Yeah, I'll bet you 20 gifted subs now because he's not in it.
No, there's no way.
Oh hell yeah, do it.
I'm not that confident, dude.
No, Scar, do it. Come on.
Dude, wait. Let me see how much 20 is. Hold on. 20 seems like a lot.
20
would you give me odds, Cutie?
Odds? What do you?
Yes,
what kind of odds do you want?
So it's like if you're betting 20,
okay, I bet you
30.
1-1.
That's not a.
Those are odds.
That's not an odd that I want.
Okay, I'll bet you 1 to 1.5.
Actually, yeah. Okay, I'm down. Wait. So
20, I'll bet 50 gifted subs. You have to give me 50. If you win, I'll give you 75.
Okay, I'm down.
Okay, you're down?
Woo!
All right, I bet that 1, not 2, make it out of groups.
If none make it out, is the bet a what?
2 North
No, if
American
none make it out, then I win still.
No, if none make it out, no one wins.
Okay,
yeah,
if
none make it out, it's a wash.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a wash.
So if 1 makes it out, I win. If 2 makes it out, you win. Anything else, no one wins.
Yeah, if 3 makes it out, just
Dude, we're all gifting each other subs then.
Yeah.
It's a fucking party,
Yeah,
dude. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll bet you that shit, Scar.
Alright.
Do you just not for this isn't for the bet, but who do you think's gonna be it? You think it's gonna be
I think it's
TL
gonna
and
be C9
C9?
TL.
You
I
think
got it.
100 Thieves has 0% chance?
No, I think they may have a chance, but you know what? I'm saying their chance is is smaller than I expected.
Smaller than you expected, fair enough. I can respect that.
Okay.
Alright, let's go now. Let's go to the final. The final topic being the live question and answer segment. You guys got questions, and let me tell you something, we got answers. So let's get straight to it on the Beyond the Rift live question and answer segment. So we're just going to go and scroll through and see what do we want? What do we want for our first question? You know what? Let's start off. Mr. Data Scientist over here. This guy, Nympho, wants to know, based on your data science, when will Riot release a movie instead of a 2-minute cinematic? Based on the data, can Riot make a World of Warcraft-esque movie?
I'm not gonna answer that.
Okay, the answer is they're working on a movie right now. That's basically what he just said. Maybe.
Come on, why you guys got to do this to me? I can't answer that. Like, what data am I supposed to tell you? Like,
that's a CLM, cutie. Career limiting.
How about this? You know what? Find the next question while you're looking for it. I'm gonna give you guys some data. I'm gonna give you guys like some actual cool shit. Okay, so this is a way of determining diversity at Worlds, like how much champion diversity there is. So a lot of times people are like, oh, like this number of champions were picked. Like, oh, like this world had like 86 champions, or this world had like 90. That's like tier 1. Then tier 3 is people like, oh, well, they actually add more champions, so you have to do a percentage of the champions, right? We're going to go like further than that. We're going to go to the Gini coefficient. And what this is we're going to treat individual champions like countries. And the Gini coefficient is basically a way of measuring distribution of income or GDP or whatever you want to look at. It's a measure of looking at distributions. So the way I want you to imagine is each country or each champion is its own country, and that country has a certain amount of income. For our champions, that is their presence at Worlds, their pick plus bans. So if you have a champion that has 100% pick ban, they're really rich. They're really wealthy champion, okay? So we're going to look at this distribution, and the Gini coefficient is between 0 and 1. If a Gini coefficient is at 0, that means that every single champion has the exact same presence. Every single champion gets played the exact same amount of times. If the Gini coefficient is at 1, that means that only one champion is only ever getting played. Or like, for League's sake, it'd be 10 champions are always, or I guess because of bans, it'd be 20 champions are always played and banned. With that in mind, we can then use the Gini coefficient to measure the distribution of champion presence at Worlds to tell you which Worlds is, by that measure, objectively the most diverse versus not diverse.
I gotta be honest, I have no fucking idea what they're fucking talking about.
They're measuring diversity using some formula on a worlds by worlds basis.
Exactly. That's all you need to, and then like that's honestly it's just basically looking at the spread of the champions and seeing, and not just saying how many champions were picked, but also like how much they were getting picked factors in as well. So if we, again, part of the issue is in 2016, I actually have to go and I quickly grabbed this data before this just from like Games of Legends. I didn't actually look at our own internal stuff. And I couldn't find play-ins from 2016, but this Worlds looks better than play-ins last year and looks better than Worlds last year in terms of the Genie coefficient. So that's like the really complicated way of framing diversity at Worlds. I'm going to be honest, I literally have reported in a deck. There was another way I did this where I was like, fuck it. These champions are being played too much. These champions aren't getting played. That's not good. These champions are getting played what we think is a good amount. That's good.
I like that. I like the way you phrased this one better. Yeah, that shit sounded better.
There's the way of doing the Genie coefficient where we're like, oh, like, also, if you stream, I don't actually like do the calculator. I Google like Genie coefficient calculator. In fact, if your stream wants to learn about it, you Google Genie coefficient calculator. That's GINI. So Genie coefficient calculator. First link will basically, you can put in some fake numbers and you can run it yourself. You can literally go on to Games of Legends, pull the presence column from champions from Worlds, and you can go and run that shit yourself and check it out.
Hey, thank you for that.
Teaching the people.
Ryumika No Anik wants to know. This isn't really wants to know, but fix Wukong! Exclamation point. Why does it take so long to balance such major issues? Exclamation point.
Why did you pick that question, Cutie?
He wants to know. Dude, let me say something. I've had Harambe on my team so many times. He name changed himself to Fire Meddler. He picks Wukong and he just feeds his ass off every game. I had him in like 3 games. He fed in 2 of them. The last game he said, "This is my redemption game, Cutie. I'm gonna make up for the last 2." Feeds his ass off again. What do you think of Wukong? Do you have any opinions on the champion?
Cham's a fucking monkey, dude. I don't like that jam. Like,
that's what I'm saying, dude.
I don't actually know. I don't have great input into it.
Right.
I mean, I play Yasuo. I like that shit because of the knockup. I don't think he's like that. I don't know. I'll say this actually for a couple characters. For characters like Wukong, Malphite, and Nocturne. This is not a leak, by the way. We're not actually like working on these. This is like something I want. I look at the Ezreal update we just did where we like made him like look like a real champion in the game and like actually fully update all that stuff. And then we tweaked like one ability. I want to see us start doing more of those updates for champions like Malphite, Nocturne, and Wukong. Like really low, like basically bring up all the visuals, all of the like satisfying visual effects, the sounds, all the art shit, the stuff that we're good at, and then like with the design, I'm like, I'll just tweak a little bit here, like one ability, maybe 2.
That's what I like. That's the money maker.
The new
right
was actually sick, by the way. He's a lot better.
Yeah, he feels fun as fuck to play. All right, my man. Where did it go? Okay, Arkanjuel wants to know. I want to know how Riot Blaustoise personally feels about the new divisions, Iron and Grandmaster. Can he explain the Riot's reasoning with placing Iron below Bronze?
Wait. Does he actually have to do this? Because Riot just released the thing today about specifically answering that question.
Oh, did it really?
They released their whatchamacallit, their ranked edition world Ask Riot, where they specifically talked about adding the new tiers and why did they do that.
Hey, nice. Well, there's your answer, dude.
Next question.
Mr. Gal...
While you're... go to the next. I was just gonna say, dude, Iron should be the lowest. That's like you're in the fucking thick of shit, you know? It's Iron, dude. You're fucking brawling it out. I love the idea that that's Iron. I love it. It's like, it feels more prideful, you know? I like it.
Alright, fair enough. Mr. Gallon 210 wants to know, I am a statistics data science major. What sort of possibilities are there for new members of the Riot's team in the Insight division?
You're gonna have to kill Blaustoise to get his job.
Yeah.
Right.
If you beat me in a 1v1, you get the job. That's why Tyler will never work at Riot. Dude, no, we have a lot of we are always looking. Yeah, we're definitely always looking for people in those fields. What you're gonna look for, anyone who's interested in my line of work, you're gonna look at I think it's careers.riotgames.com. I think, and you're gonna look for data science positions, analyst positions, or researcher positions. Those are typically the three I'd encourage you. If you want to do some of the work that I do, those are the three big ones under Insights. But we're always hiring for any number of things, so yeah, check stuff out.
With Tooney, we'll go the last question. With Tooney wants to know, Mr. Data Science, how does Riot respond to the constant pressure from the community to, in quotations, fix the game? Because I actually think, I think this is an interesting question because, yeah, a lot of people, they'll be like, Riot doesn't give a fuck about any of us. Fuck this dumbass company. They got too much of an ego. All this stupid shit. What does Riot do? Like, how do they feel about the pressure from the community? Do they feel like there's even any pressure? Like, no, it's just a minority of these dumb fucks that are just complaining.
I'll actually answer this kind of seriously, where it's like, I've seen times where I've experienced at Riot where we don't take like some of that feedback and pushback against us seriously enough, and that actually does concern me. I don't like it when we don't listen that seriously. That being said, I think we're really like we're getting back to like the roots of like really trying to be what we would say. It's a little buzzery, but like we want to be player focused, right? Like I am honest, like I level with you guys. Yeah, dude, sometimes it is a salty vocal minority, sure. Like sometimes it's just people who are gonna shit on us no matter what we do. But like, man, I want to listen to all of it. Like, I want to hear the good, the bad, and the like, I don't know, recon, like fan fiction, written response. I want all of that shit. And you know what? Like, in all honesty, like, I really do think Riot does care and wants. I mean, I don't know. Maybe people will say I'm just coming off as I'm just fucking saying this or I'm disingenuous, but it's like, no, I actually really genuinely believe Riot's the best for players, both for League of Legends players, for future League of Legends players, for players of our future games. Like, fuck, dude, we want to do right by you. And like, I'm not even saying that, like, I'll say two things. Number one is a lot of us are like play a shit ton ourselves. Like I said, y'all can op.gg me. You want to see the most hard stuck fuck plat player you've ever seen? Riot Blaustoise. Like, I play this game a fuck ton. I love this game. I used to be a master StarCraft player. I loved that game. And I love Blizzard. And Blizzard is a great company. I actually think Blizzard learned from us and is doing a lot more with stuff. But like, man, back in the days of StarCraft, I wish Blizzard had supported StarCraft like Riot had supported League. And like, I don't ever want us to forget that as a company. I want us to always fucking be pushing for that. And yeah, dude, honestly, Riot and any of these companies are only as good as the players that we serve, right? So, and those players are degenerate, awful people. They're assholes. They're pieces of
That's
shit.
That's the truth right there.
There are pieces of shit, you know? I love
Amen to that one, dude. That's the fucking truth.
I actually think this topic is really like, I don't know. I think it's so relevant for a lot of different companies and a lot of different, even people. Like, you want to be at the point where, like, you know, if people say there's a problem, like, it's sometimes hard because a lot of times people don't know what the problem is. And a lot of times they misrepresent or misunderstand the problem. Hey, I don't like the game anymore because, and then they can't tell you why. They don't know.
Yeah.
And because they don't know, you as a person who's like more in line or in tune can see the stuff behind the scenes. You're just like, this guy's a fucking idiot. How am I supposed to listen to this guy if he doesn't know? But like, he shouldn't know. Like, it's not his job to know. It's your job, right? And so like, I've been in situations where even for my own stuff, like I've had to like take a step back and be like, you know what? They're telling me they want this, or they're telling me they don't like this, and I think they're wrong. But I'll just go with what they think and see what happens, you know, because it's hard for me to be objective about it. I think when you look at a lot of bigger companies, like, no, we know you like this, right? We've seen the stats. They say, of course you're going to love these 650 Ari skins. But at some point, like, that's going to be wrong, right? And like, I think that like to be able to take that step back and kind of like try to empathize with your player base, even if they're not like as well in tune with the game, obviously as you are someone who works there, is really important. I think in the past Riot kind of didn't do that. And I think recently they've been trying a lot more to go back into it.
Hell yeah, man. And here's the thing, it's like that's the classic thing where it's like if I ask people what champion they wanted removed from League of Legends, they'd say Yasuo. But Yasuo is also the most played champion in League of Legends, period. That's
really
not even close.
Crazy.
Not even close. You look at all regions, Yasuo is not, dude. And by the way, people meme on us whenever we drop regions that they don't know. Like one time we dropped like data about Vietnam, despite the fact that Vietnam is like the second largest country in terms of our player base after like China. Another country though is Philippines. There was a point where in normal games in the Philippines there was 0.9 Yasuos per game in normal games. That means 9 out of 10 games in normals you had a Yasuo. People love that fucking shit. Anyways, so that's an example. Like, yeah, players might ask for Yasuo being removed from the game, but they also love him. So sometimes players are going to come up with frustrations and things they hate, and they're going to say, oh, yeah, you guys need to do this. And sometimes we're going to be like, no, fuck you. You don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't mean we shouldn't ignore the underlying criticism and the underlying frustration. We still have to work on those things. And, like, all the sappy bullshit aside of like how much because I deeply do love our players, and I deeply just love how passionate people are for League, for Overwatch. Like, dude, boy's a Tracer one trick. Everyone who thinks I'd play Genji, fuck that shit. It's Tracer all the way. Like, man, I love the people in these games and in these communities. It's like, it's smart. And not only do I want to like personally do right by them, but like, dude, it's smart business, right? Like, it's just better for everyone that way. They get better games. We make better content. We make the money. We reinvest the money, make better content, better games, and everyone's fucking happy. Love it.
That's the damn truth. I said that was going to be the last question, but this guy's asking a really important one. So, Little Squirt B2 wants to know, why are there no personalized individual streamer skins, and when are they coming out?
Ooh. You telling me I can get a star?
Yeah, there's Kazakh's World Championship skins. When are we gonna get a Kazakh's on a Cutie Pie skin?
You don't want. First of all, you don't want his son. Right, actually, let me ask you: if you guys could have one champion, that. By the way, I literally can't answer this question because I really don't fucking know all the shit around. That's one where I have no idea, but I am curious. What would be your one champion if you could have a skin of you, and like describe what it would look like and like what it'd do? Go.
Lucian or Scion? I mean, give Scion.
Don't do Lucian. Come on, don't do Scion, cutie.
It did. I love playing Scion. I don't give a shit. Okay, but Lucian. If I had Lucian, I mean, just make him a pasty white guy, lanky pasty white guy with long hair, white t-shirt. I don't know. What the fuck else are you going to do with the skin? I don't think, would it fit thematically in the game? My idea of the skin? Probably not. But it'd be a good as fuck skin.
It would be so good. When you level up level 2, you're just like, oh, I just hit my power spike. Or like, I don't know, like.
Dude, you can make that. Like, I'm telling you.
And if someone like gets ganked, you're like, oh, small cat, get off me. If like Rengar ganks you, and then like, you know how Lucian says for Senna, you could be like, oh, for Licha, and then like,
this is a $1 billion idea. I'm telling you though, if you do make it a legendary skin, you can start out level 1. I'm just some ragged, like, homeless guy. I got, like, flies all around me. As I start to level up, I start to get, like, nicer clothes. At level 18, did you watch that Rise, like, parody video with me at the end? Right at the end, level 18, I'm just some decked out. I look like fucking Alistar or some shit. My whole upper body, I'm just fucking swole as fuck. That would be a good as fuck skin right there.
Yeah, you've ever wanted to make $1 billion for Riot? This is your idea. This is it.
Fuck the KDA skins, dude. Alright, Scott, what's yours? Give me yours.
I don't even know anymore, man. I feel like I don't play enough Cat. That's not my iconic character anymore. I should play a lot of Diana. I'd probably be a Diana skin.
Ooh, yeah. Scar, alright, give me some details on.
Is it possible to actively just have the character, I don't know. I'm trying to think, like, I don't know what's iconic for me. People are just... It's weird. I can't really think of myself. Other people can think of me.
Dude, I actually kind of want to see Scar as Katarina. That's the one I really want.
Yeah, I want to see Skara and some like lingerie as Katarina.
Ooh.
That'd be kind of sexy.
Yeah, I want like I like low key want like sexy Skara Katarina.
I want to see Skara Katarina. He's fully clothed. Every time he dies, a piece of clothing comes off.
Ooh.
And then when you watch Skara stream and he plays the skin butt naked every time. Yeah, he's gonna lose all the clothes instantly.
Yeah.
That's $1 million skin idea too. I like that one. Skara, agree or disagree?
He just froze on the screen because he's like,
you guys have some problems. You know what? Yeah, sure. That's a $1 trillion idea right there.
I would pay money for that skin. I'm saying maybe I don't think either of these skins. Maybe we sell like 10 of them. But I'd buy at least 5 of them myself.
I like the Skara skin more than the cutie one now. That's great.
The Skara skin would be that's good shit.
Dude, Skara, you're gonna have to deal with this, man. When you and I are hanging out together, taking pictures, posting on our Snap, on Insta, and Cutie's just fucking looking through the window at Christmas.
Dude, I want there to be like an ultimate insult to injury. Like they invite the entire league partner program to like a summit.
Everyone.
Like in like Hawaii. And like we discuss all about the coolest things about League of Legends. And Kitty's just like, I didn't get an invite.
Kids, let me tell you something that I hate that shit the most when they want to talk about a champion and they don't invite me because it's like, the only thing I like is League of Legends and Leisha. Please.
Wait. Blaustoise, get on this, dude. Blaustoise, get on this.
Hey, you know what? I got some champions both of you guys might be interested in checking out. You're both in LA now. Cutie, you're in.
He's in LA.
I've been to parties at Skara's house, but now, Cutie, why don't you throw a party? Look, Skara throws.
Stay the fuck out of my house, dude. I'm not allowing you anywhere near me.
I go to that. Where are your parties, dude?
Yeah, I'm not letting any of you fuckers into my house. Stay the fuck away from me. But you know what? Maybe I'll go to the offline TV house. Hey, I've already been there once. Maybe I'll go there again. That place is fucking nice.
Yeah, dude, that place is... Dude, Skara, your place is fucking insane, dude.
Yeah, that shit... You know what I told Leisha? I was... This is kind of... take it how you will, but I told Leisha, I was like, I could kill someone in this house and hide them and they'd never find the body. I don't know why that was the first thing I thought. Don't judge me for this shit though. Don't judge me.
This is why you're not in the league partner program. These are problems.
Dude, I'm telling you, I went into that house. Literally, my first thought, I was just like, this place is fucking enormous, dude. Have you never thought of that, Skara?
No, I've never thought about that.
That thought has never crossed your mind, not once.
It's definitely not the first thing that comes into my mind. It's not even the
not even a millisecond has ever passed and you thought about it.
No, I've only said, the hide and seek in this house would be better than the last house. Never once has that escalated from that to I can kill a man and hide a body here. Because you know what? I could probably do it easier in a lot of other places. I thought about that though. I'm thinking about that right now.
We all got. You guys both think about like killing people every night and like how you get away with it, right? I think about that shit.
We're just gonna end Beyond the Rim. Hey, Beyond the Rim. Yeah, this shit. No more discussion. It's over. Beyond the Rim. Thanks for coming on, Blaustoise. If the people want to hear about you killing people and hiding their bodies, where can they hear more about it?
Oh, I gotta sell out now?
Yeah, sell out, dude.
Shit, yo. Hey, so check me out on Twitter. I don't even know how to sell out. What is my Twitter? I think it's Riot Blaustoise. And then check me out on Twitch. Boy streaming with some weeb emotes. Twitch.tv/Blaustoise. And catch me in Tyler One's Discord in the Rap Battle channel. I'm going to be in there. I'm going to start spitting some fire in there soon. So catch me there. I'll hit you guys up on SoundCloud when I set that up.
My stream literally lagged as soon as you started saying your thing. So go through the thing again. As soon as you started talking, it was like boom, lagged out.
All right. Twitter.com/Riot Blaustoise for my dank data tweets. Twitch.tv/Blaustoise for my new weeb emotes and for beautiful hard-stuck plat gameplay. And then Tyler One's Rap Battle Discord. I'm gonna start going in there. I'm gonna start spitting some fire in there. SoundCloud soon to follow.
There you go, my friend. Skara, you don't have anything nearly as good as that, but if people want something while he's not on, what can they get?
If you'd like to come to my stream and not talk about killing people, you can find me at twitch.tv/Skara and Twitter/Skara. I'll be following World, so if you want to follow along, good for you, man. And finally, that's you, Cutie. Take it away.
You know where to find us every Thursday, 4 p.m. PDT. It's always a great time on Beyond the Rift, but that's going to conclude this episode. I hope you all enjoyed hearing us talk about killing people, and I hope to see you next time on Beyond the